Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosato Jr. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kyle Crustangel returned to his old stomping grounds with a bang this weekend, leading his Pippins to a series victory against his former team, the Wenatchee Apple Sox, with wins in the first and third games. The Pippins came out strong in the first game, riding 2 home runs from Spencer Marenko and 1 from Chaz Myers to down Wenatchee 15-5. The Apple Sox sought vengeance on Christmas in July night on Saturday, rebounding for a 15-7 victory, scoring 9 runs in their final 3 turns at bat. In the finale, former Apple Sox Seth Kuykendall and Landon Shire combined to limit Wenatchee to just 1 run. Kuykendall allowed the run in the second inning after he allowed one of just 4 hits to start the inning. He would strike out 5 batters in 8 innings of work without issuing a single walk. Shire pitched a scoreless ninth in a non-save situation. The bats really came alive for Yakima Valley over the weekend, and they'll need them to stay hot if they hope to continue winning when they take on Cowlitz over the next 3 games. Tonight is another Toyota Tuesday family night out with the first 50 kids in attendance receiving a baseball with Toyota and Yakima Valley Pippins branding on it, and the first 100 kids receiving a coupon for a free hot dog. There's only one more Toyota Tuesday family night out left this season. In a few weeks, you aren't going to want to miss it. When we come back, we'll talk to Kyle Crustangel about his weekend success and changing the tide against the Black Bears. That is coming up right here on the Pippins pregame show.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosato Jr. talking with head coach Kyle Crustangel. Kyle, a big weekend for you. You got to go back to Wenatchee, where you spent a few summers in the past. Now you're spending summers here in Yakima, just like you spend the college season as well. And you guys win 2 out of 3. You also got to say hi to some old host families and people you knew out there. What was the weekend like overall for you?
Yeah, it was one of those weekends going into the summer that I was had circled. I was really excited to get back and just see the old organization. It was really cool on the first night at the plate meeting. They had kind of a welcome back for Coach Cash and me, kind of a special moment there. And then a great chance to see a lot of the host families, the GM, my old boss, all those people. Everyone was extremely positive and thankful and just excited to see us, which made me feel really good too, just how that transition all worked out. Just a grueling schedule for me to be in Wenatchee, but also have my life here in Yakima, and it was obviously best case to be here, especially when the Pippins job came open, but just super thankful for those guys, and it was awesome to see some familiar faces and people I spent a lot of time with. Obviously extremely happy to win 2 out of 3 as well. Won 5 out of 6 last week, so a great week last week for the Pips.
Yeah, easy to tell you were very well liked in Wenatchee. You're clearly very well liked here in Yakima, and hopefully will be for a few years to come. Now, with this series coming up against the Cowlitz Black Bears, a few weeks ago in Cowlitz, Cowlitz won the first 2 games of the series. You guys were able to scrape out a win in the series finale. Offense was hard to come by for you guys. What's going to be the key to hit against these pitchers, these strong pitchers from Cowlitz?
Yeah, obviously we ran into 2 really good pitchers. One of them has been extremely talented the entire summer. One of the other guys kind of had his best outing he's had the entire summer. I think a lot of people kind of forget that Sam Olson was at a wedding, Chaz was out with an ankle injury, and Cabo was out with a concussion. And I say those 3 names not necessarily because of batting average and stuff, but just 3 guys that don't punch out a lot. They wear a lot of pitches. They get on base a lot. I think Sam's our leading statistic guy in terms of batting average. Cabo's got to be up there for on-base percentage. Chaz up there for extra base hit. So 3 big guys, that don't strike out a lot. They wear a lot of pitches. They get on base. You remove those 3, and obviously that makes it tough for a 3-game series. So excited to have those guys back in the lineup. Michael was also another one out. So 4 of our everyday guys didn't go to that series in terms of being able to play. So that is a big loss in terms of going there. So that's a whole new series. We look at things 3 games at a time, and we're excited for night 1 tonight.
Day off yesterday. The Pippins are fresh coming into today. They kick off the series against the Cowlitz Black Bears. We'll have lineups and first pitch for you in just a moment right here on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins return home, and they're home for 5 games, 3 against the Cowlitz Black Bears and 2 more Friday and Saturday against the Highline Bears, non-league opponent. They faced the Bears a couple of weeks ago. They'll be coming back into town this weekend, but tonight, Pippins kick off a 3-game series against the Cowlitz Black Bears. As I said in the pregame show, Cowlitz took 2 out of 3 in the first series that these two teams met. Take you through tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic. For the best sports coverage in the Yakima Valley, subscribe to the Yakima Herald-Republic either in print or online. You can subscribe by calling 577-7755. The Yakima Herald-Republic, they tell your stories. For the visiting Cowlitz Black Bears, Riku Nishida will lead off and play second base tonight. Brock Bozette, the third baseman, he hits second, and Jacob Stinson will bat third and play right field. Sam Brown, a new player for the Black Bears, joined the team on the bus ride up this morning. He will play first base and hit cleanup. Wilson Weber will catch and hit fifth. Brock Mortensen playing center field. He hit sixth tonight. Johnny Radomski, the left fielder, hitting seventh. Sean Mulcair will DH and bat eighth. And Matthew Schwartz will round out the bottom of the order. He is the shortstop tonight for the Black Bears. Starting on the mound for them when we get to that point in the bottom of the first inning will be Carson Engeroth. For the Pippins, defensively, Corey Jarrell will start this game out in left field. Noah Williamson, who's back after getting hit on the foot in the first game in Wenatchee back on Friday night. He's in center field. Austin Plante is in right field. Bryce Martin Grudzalanek manning third base tonight. Chaz Myers, the shortstop. Spencer Marenko in his comfortable position at second base, and Willie Lajoie also comfortably at first base tonight. Sam Olson behind the plate threw out his first base runner of the season this weekend in Wenatchee, and these Cowlitz Black Bears have some guys who can run as well. Starting on the mound for the Pippins tonight is Peyton Stumbo. Stumbo has made 6 appearances this year for the Pippins, 3 of them starts. He has a 1-1 record, 5.06 ERA in 21 1/3 innings pitched. He has almost matched his innings total with strikeouts with 18, but walks kind of get to him too. He has 13 of those as well. Riku Nishida, the left-handed hitter, he will lead things off. First pitch from Stumbo, misses inside. That's ball 1. Time of first pitch, 6:37 p.m. Couple of minutes late here in Yakima. Stumbo working out of the stretch to start this game. The 1-0 pitch. Nishida fouls back over towards his own dugout, and it is 1-1. .84 degrees here in Yakima at first pitch, and there are clouds in the sky, plenty of them. In fact, you can barely see any blue with the cloud cover here tonight. Wind mostly dead. It just picked up, blowing a little bit right to left. The 1-1 pitch misses off the outside corner, and it is 2-1. Nishida hitting .279 on the year. I mentioned the Black Bears have some guys who can run. Riku Nishida is one of them. He's got 13 stolen bases on this year. He's tied for third in the West Coast League. Swinging a long fly ball to center. Racing straight back is Noah Williamson. It bounces off the wall. Bounces off of Williamson, and Nishida on his way to third. The throw will get into the infield in time for Nishida to jog into third with a triple, his first triple of the season. As that one not played clean off the wall by Noah Williamson. That was a tough play for him. Racing straight back, it bounced back at him and I think got part of his arm. So Nishida on third base and no outs. Here's Brock Bozette. Stumbo still working out of the stretch. The first pitch misses up high, and that's ball one. Pippins tonight wearing their Legends green jerseys, white pants, and black hat, the Electric City combination that we've grown awfully familiar with throughout this season. The 1-0 pitch swung on and lined back to the backstop. It's 1-1. Number of players have 2 triples on the year, as well as some with 1 for the Black Bears. Nishida had none coming into this game and leads off the game with 1. Bozette, the third baseman. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed as they pull the string on the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Bozette hitting .287 on the year. Team lead with 20 RBI. He's got one 90 feet away. The 1-2 pitch. They go back to the off-speed, and he fouls it off on the first base side out of play. Bozette out of Spokane Falls Community College. Second batter of this game. Stumbo looks in. Here's the 1-2, and another foul ball on the first base side. Bozette, as I said, team lead in RBIs with 20. He also walks quite a bit. Certainly a guy who can help his team out in more ways than one, just as Nishida is. The 1-2 pitch misses up high, 2-2. Nishida on third base is trying to catch the eye of Peyton Stumbo. Stumbo is one of those pitchers who just gets locked in on a start. He's got a fiery attitude out there on the mound as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Bozette. He goes up high, and he fouls it off again. Stumbo. Every time he has a start, he somehow ends up in a spat with the opposing hitter. Here's the 2-2. This one off the end of the bat will go to second baseman Spencer Marenko. Nishida will score from third, but Spencer goes to first and gets Bozette out for out number 1. Pippins were not playing in with the runner on third base. They're going to concede the early run. So 1-0 lead for the Black Bears here in the top of the first inning with 1 out, nobody on. Here's Jacob Stinson. Be a freshman at Nevada in the fall. And Chad Little, the field umpire, got a little distracted there. Nobody on base. John Poland behind the plate was trying to tell him to get back to his position beyond the first base bag in foul territory. And Little was hanging out in the middle of the infield wondering what Poland was pointing at. But eventually Poland called time. He figured it out, and we're set to go for Stinson. Takes a pitch just off the outside corner for a ball. Poland behind the plate, Chad Little on the bases. These two umpires are the same umpiring crew that was in Cowlitz a couple of weeks ago when the Pippins were there. The 1-0 pitch popped up out of play behind home plate, and it's 1-1. I think everybody who saw those games agreed that John Poland and Chad Little, two of the better umpires that the Pippins have played a game with, as far as consistency behind the plate and just overall professionalism, always in the right position, as Poland helped his partner get in the right position. Here's the 1-1. Misses outside, and it's 2-1. Stinson tonight hitting .287. Tied for the team lead in runs scored with 17. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and this is a fly ball into left field. Corey Jarrell initially was leaning back, but a couple steps to his right, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Still nobody on, or I should say nobody on after Nishida scored. Here's Sam Brown. Brown making his first appearance for the Cowlitz Black Bears. As I understand it, boarded the bus this morning, met his teammates, ended up in Yakima Valley, and starts his first game as the cleanup hitter. Playing first base tonight. Left-handed hitter Sam Brown is. Peyton Stumbo working with 2 outs and nobody on. Misses a backdoor breaking ball outside, and it's 1-0. Poland definitely not being extra generous on the outside corner, which is not a knock against him, but Stumbo will still continue to try to work the outside. Brown with a grounder up the middle. Chaz Myers picks it up at shortstop, throws over to first, and Sam Brown grounds out for out number 3. So without the leadoff triple, a good inning for Peyton Stumbo, but the triple comes around to score the first run of the game. Cowlitz up 1-0. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first in just a moment. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the first inning. Carson Engeroth getting warm out on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Engeroth with a 2-1 record so far this season. 4.71 ERA, 5 appearances, all 5 of them starts in West Coast League play for the Black Bears. 21 innings, 16 strikeouts, and 13 walks. Similar profile to Peyton Stumbo, where the walks can sometimes hurt him a little bit, but racks up the strikeouts as well. Last appearance came on July 21st against the Portland Pickles, when Engeroth earned the win with 5 1/3 innings pitched. He gave up 1 earned run, 3 hits, 5 walks to 4 strikeouts in that outing. Works out of the windup. He'll face Spencer Marenko to start things off. It's a grounder the other way down the first base side, and Sam Brown with the backhand grab. Out number 1 for the Pippins here in the bottom of the first. So Sam Brown in his first at-bat grounds out, but returns the favor. His first opportunity he gets at first base. And already his teammates happy to have him aboard. Here's Chaz Myers. Lineup tonight for the Pippins: Spencer Marenko, who you just saw leading off playing second base. Chaz Myers, the shortstop, hitting second. And batting third will be Sam Olson, the catcher, as Myers takes one up high for a ball. Noah Williamson back in the lineup tonight as the cleanup hitter, playing center field. The 1-0 grounded towards the shortstop. Matthew Schwartz on the run across his body. Stretching out is Sam Brown, and Sam Brown has made 2 great plays over at first base. One with the glove and one stretching out with the legs to get Chaz Myers out on the ground out. Oh, welcome to the West Coast League, Sam Brown. Williamson hitting cleanup tonight for the Pippins. Willie Lajoie hitting 5th as the first baseman. Blake Dickman will DH and hit 6th. Bryce Martin Grudz-Alanek, the third baseman, batting 7th tonight. Austin Plante in right field, he hits 8th. And Corey Jarrell, the bottom of the lineup, the left fielder. The 1-0 pitch to Sam Olson. He takes at the top of the strike zone. And it's 1-1. Engeroth on the mound, working out of the windup, and he does so at a quick pace. That's a good sign for the Pippins. They like to play quick as well, as Olson hits a fly ball down the first base line. On the run is Sam Brown, but called off by Riku Nishida. All the way out in right field near the line, he makes the grab, and that is out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Pippins here in the bottom of the first. We head into the second. Cowlitz on top, 1-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the second inning. Wilson Weber will lead things off for the Cowlitz Black Bears. It will be 5, 6, and 7. Weber, Brock Mortensen, and Johnny Radomski to lead things off against Peyton Stumbo. 1 inning, 1 hit, and 1 run against him, thanks to Riku Nishida, who led off the first inning and the game with a triple and scored on a ground out by Brock Bozette. Weber hitting .216 on the year to this point. 5 doubles for him, leads the team in that category. Not a ton of extra base hits on this team, or at least not a lot of players racking up a lot of them. As Weber takes a strike on the inside corner, it's 0-1. Stumbo looking to get back to a quick start here in the second inning. Nishida just has speed that is otherworldly. Here's the 0-1. Misses inside. And not just the speed, but the presence on the base paths as well. Confidence to turn that hit into a triple. And if he doesn't, even if it's just a double, he probably doesn't score in that first inning. So Stumbo, just that one pitch that Nishida was able to take advantage of. And that has been the difference so far. The 1-1 on the outside corner taken for a strike. Weber behind 1-2. Weber will be a freshman out of Oregon State in the fall. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Checks his swing and fouls it into the grandstands on the first base side. That one traveled a good distance on the check swing, just very foul. So still 1-2 for Weber, right-handed hitting catcher. Stumbo set, here comes the 1-2. And Weber lines this one the other way into right field. Ranging back is Austin Plante, makes the catch. with his glove above his head for out number 1. Plante had kind of a late read on that one. He was moving back towards the fence even as he made the catch. Plante still getting comfortable out in the field. He's definitely a lot more comfortable in the batter's box after his extended break in the middle of the season, and back to getting some starts in the corner outfield positions. He'll play some left. He'll play some right field, playing right field tonight, and makes the catch. Here's Brock Mortensen with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch swinging, fly ball shallow left. Chaz Myers out on the grass, calling off Jarrell, and he'll make the catch for a quick out number 2. So here's Johnny Radomski. He'll be a junior at San Diego Christian College. Left fielder tonight for the Cowlitz Black Bears, hitting 128 on the year. 3 extra base hits for him. Here's the first pitch to Radomski. He takes that one at the knees for a called strike. Stumbo quickly getting back up on the mound. He'll work quickly as well. He's working out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1. That one misses low and inside, and it is 1-1. Cowlitz tonight wearing their black jersey with orange numbers and piping on the sleeves and around the neck and buttons area. Gray pants with an orange stripe down the side as well. The 1-1 misses just low, and it's 2-1. So the bright green and the black with the orange accents as well for Cowlitz. The green for the Pippins. Nice matchup of colors here in Yakima Valley. Here's the 2-1. That one bounces in. I'd say that was a little low as well, and it's 3-1. Stumbo, after the triple in the first inning, has retired 5 straight, trying to make it 6 straight to get out of the second inning here. Pippins went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first, so they'll have 4, 5, and 6 due up in the second. The 3-1 pitch misses down low, and it's the first walk of the game issued by Peyton Stumbo with 2 outs. So Radomski walks on 5 pitches. Here's Sean Mulcair. Mulcair out of the University of Portland. He's the DH tonight for the Black Bears, hitting 140 on the year. 5 walks, 15 strikeouts for him as he tries to pick things up. He's a left-handed hitter. Stumbo with a runner on, throws over to first, and back in safely is Radomski. Well-placed throw. Radomski just gets the hand back in time. The tag was right about his shoulder or middle of the back area by Willie Lajoie. Here comes the first pitch to Mulcair. First pitch swinging and lines it out of play on the third base side. Stumbo's last appearance came on July 21st against the Bend Elks. He did not receive a decision. He pitched 5 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 5 walks, and a season-high 8 strikeouts for him. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a fly ball into left field, tailing foul. Corey Jarrell giving chase into the dugout, and it goes off his wrist. The fence was coming up on him quickly, and he wasn't sure whether he'd stay up or lay out or slide potentially, and all of a sudden the ball came in on him a little quickly, and he couldn't get the glove on it. Went off the forearm. And so it's no balls and 2 strikes for Sean Mulcair, who's still alive with 2 outs and a runner on first base here in the top of the second. Cowlitz leading 1-0. Stumbo will dig back onto the rubber. Mulcair waving his bat out. Stumbo comes set. He puts it back as Stumbo throws to first. Bottom of the order, Matthew Schwartz on deck. No balls and 2 strikes. Stumbo set and delivers. Inside, it bounces off the foot of John Polin and at least keeps it around, but on his way to second goes Johnny Radomski. on the wild pitch. So runner on second base with 2 outs. Second runner to get into scoring position for the Black Bears in as many innings as Nishida put himself in scoring position with the leadoff triple to start the game. Radomski works a 2-out walk and moves to second on the wild pitch. Stumbo wanted to go through the signs again, now gets the one he wants. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball outside, and it is 2-2 for Sean Mulcair. Stumbo was out in front 0-1. That fly ball into the bullpen that Corey Gerald couldn't track down made it 0-2, and then 2 balls after that. The count is even. Stumbo looks back to second. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, bouncer on the first base side. That goes foul. Bounces into the Cowlitz bullpen. And it is still 2-2 for the left-handed hitting Mulcair. Mulcair out of Kenmore, Washington. Stumbo getting the signs from Olsen with the runner on second base. Now set. Looks back and throws back, but Myers has to stick his glove out the other way in order to keep it from heading out into center field. Radomski in safely. 2 balls and 2 strikes still with the runner on second. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Stumbo looking in and comes set. Hands right about the belt. Looks back and now delivers the 2-2 outside breaking ball. Weighted back on it. Ground ball to the shortstop. Myers fires to first in time. So the 2-out walk moves to second on a wild pitch, but no harm, no foul here in the second inning as Stumbo gets through the second without a run. Cowlitz leading 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. 4, 5, and 6. Noah Williamson, Willie Lajoie, and Blake Dickman due up for the Pippins. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough!
With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow! Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the bottom of the second inning. Noah Williamson will lead things off for the Pippins. Williamson hitting .274 on the year. Leads the team in runs, RBI, triples, and home runs. And leads things off here in the second inning. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Williamson last week was hitting he was 4 for 8 through 2 games against the Bend Elks as he takes a strike on the outside half of the plate. Came into Friday night's game in Wenatchee and was hit on the foot in his first at-bat. Ran the bases, went back out to play center field, and then was pulled from the game. Did not play for the rest of that weekend. First pitch, or the 1-1 pitch, he lines the other way into right center. That's a leadoff base hit here in the bottom of the second inning. Willie Lajoie will bat. Part of the reason he bats right behind Williamson is Lajoie puts the ball in play a lot, and a lot of times they drop in for at least a single. He takes first pitch ball down low. Lajoie was also the hero for the Pippins in the last Cowlitz series after the Pippins were shut out on back-to-back nights. In the top of the first inning in the series finale in Cowlitz, he knocked a 2-run home run into left field. Ended up being all the runs the Pippins would score, but it was all they needed as Cowlitz's Brock Bozette had a solo home run to start the bottom of the first inning, and that was it for them. So the Pippins won 2-1 in the series finale. Lajoie takes a 2-0 pitch outside half of the plate, called a strike, and it's 2-1. Lajoie also leads the team in walks. He has 18 of them. Here's the 2-1 pitch as that one misses outside, and it's 3-1. Lajoie, a lot of those walks have come in the last week. Lajoie has 6 walks over the last 7 days. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and he fouls one off. It's full count. No Williamson on first base. He led off the inning with a single to right center. Williamson, a guy known for crushing baseballs. Didn't have to crush that one, just got enough of it to drop in for a base hit. He struggled heartily in Cowlitz, and that's a good thing for him to drop in a base hit in his first at-bat. Lajoie hits a hard grounder right at the third baseman. Bozette goes over to second, and the throw to first way airmails the first baseman, Sam Brown. I don't know that there's a first baseman anywhere that would have been able to stop that baseball. That one on the fly ended up hitting the netting on top of the Cowlitz dugout and staying in play at least for the Black Bears. So Lajoie reaches on the fielder's choice. Williamson out at second on the play on the 5-4 force out. That was Nishida's second error in West Coast League play. Both of them at second base as Blake Dickman takes first pitch up high for a ball. 1-0, runner on first base and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Pippins without a run so far. Cowlitz leads 1-0. Engeroth with the 1-0, lined right back up the middle by Blake Dickman, and Nishida almost made the leaping catch. From this angle, looked like he could have been able to. I think he misjudged it, or it tailed a little bit off the bat of Blake Dickman, and Nishida unable to make the catch. It goes into center field. Blake Dickman with a base hit. Second hit of the inning for the Pippins, and that puts runners on first and second for Bryce Martin Grudzalanek. Bryce will hope to do anything but ground into a double play here as Pippins try to get some offense going in the bottom of the second inning. This ballpark a little more lively than David Story Field in Cowlitz as Bryce fouls one off the end of the bat out of play, and it's 0-1. Not a lot of home runs at David Story, not a lot of extra bases either as the wind always blowing in from outfield just kind of pushes everything back in. They drop in for base hits. Here you'll see a lot more doubles and triples, a lot bigger outfield, and the wind a lot more lively, or in this case dead, and really just has a neutral effect on the baseball as Bryce takes one outside, and it's 1-1. It will change throughout the night, the wind. Right now the flags out in right center are almost completely still. 1 ball and 1 strike for Bryce Martin Grudzalanek. Runners on first and second and 1 out. Engeroth with the pitch. And Bryce lines this one into right center. On his way to third is Willie Lajoie being waved around. He will score. They're just getting it back into the infield. Bryce dives headfirst into second. That's a double for Bryce Martin Grudzalanek that ties this game as Willie Lajoie scores from second and Blake Dickman moves to third on the play. Take a real quick look back at this double from Bryce Martin Grudzalanek. Doesn't try to do too much with it, just lines it the other way into right center field. It rolls almost all the way to the warning track before they finally pick it up. Plenty of time for Willie Lajoie. Not the fastest guy on the team, as I tend to say on the broadcast, but plenty of time for him to score from third. Blake Dickman easily heads to third. And Bryce Martin Grudzelanek slides headfirst into second base. The throw was not quite there anyways, but he gets the RBI double, and this game is tied at 1. Mound visit for the Cowlitz Black Bears, as already this series looks different from the one in Cowlitz. Austin Plante will step to the plate, and what a guy to have at the plate right now. Really picking it up at the plate. Last week he has gone 4 for 10 with a double and a home run. 1 run, but 7 RBI and 2 walks to 4 strikeouts. He has absolutely crushed a baseball in Wenatchee. Here's the first pitch to him. He fouls off the mask of the catcher, Wilson Weber. He crushed a baseball to right field in Wenatchee that went 409 feet. It was 104 miles per hour off the bat. And Pippins would not be mad if he did so again here. Here's the 0-1. That one misses low and inside, and it's 1-1. Scoreboard has an extra strike on it. Said 0-1 when Plante stepped to the plate. Runners on second and third and 1 out. Now they reset the scoreboard. 1-1 count for the right fielder Plante. Overall on the season, he has boosted his average to 111. He had a rough start, but has been picking it up, and he attributes his recent success to actually wearing his socks inside out over the last week plus. And the pitch misses off the glove of Wilson Weber. On his way home goes Blake Dickman. He slides in without a throw. And the runners move up on the wild pitch, giving the Pippins a 2-1 lead. That one missed high and outside, and Weber could only get the edge of his glove on it before it went back to the backstop. So now runner on third base for Austin Plante. As I was saying, he told me if you look back at the point where his numbers started to pick up again, that's the exact point where he started wearing his socks inside out, as well as some other underclothing that he wears underneath his uniform. Three-1 count for Plante. The pitch checks his swing down low, and he walks. So now runners on first and third with 1 out for Corey Jarrell. Jarrell has really flashed the arm and the glove defensively. And at the plate, he's hitting 174 on the year. 4 runs, 1 RBI. He does have 2 doubles. Just recently had laser eye surgery. He actually wears some glasses that are clear glasses. They're not prescription. Swing and a miss. That he has to wear as part of the recovery from the laser eye surgery to help make sure that nothing gets into his eyes for a couple of weeks. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he lines one into center field. Brock Mortensen leaps up. He doesn't make the catch. Bryce was tagging at third. Now he'll score without a throw. On his way home is Plante. Jarrell on his way to third. The throw is offline to home, and Austin Plante scores all the way from first. Look at those legs from Austin Plante. Does the job for the Pippins, and they're up 4-1 on the RBI, the 2-run. We'll see if it goes down as a triple for Jarrell. I suspect it might. And we'll take a look back at that hit. 2 replays in 1 inning. Look at the Pippins go. Jarrell lines this one into straightaway center field. The center fielder, Mortensen, thought he was going to make the catch on it, but all of a sudden it was just kept carrying and carrying. Leaps up, it's over his glove, and Jarrell races around the bases to third base. Back to live action here, and Spencer Marenko at the plate. He fouls off the first pitch he sees. That throw to the plate, Austin, that was going to be a close play. Plante was hustling around the base paths the entire way. Here's the 0-1, and Spencer fouls another one off. By the way, they do give Jarrell the triple on that. First triple of the season for him. Scores 2 runs. Plante's got some speed. He hasn't been able to show it a lot, especially now that his legs are just getting back to 100% as Spencer takes one up high, and it's 1-2. And Crust Angel was willing to let him go. I think Plante might have just run through a stop sign if Crust Angel had tried to give it to him. Spencer takes another one up high, and it's 2-2. And Gerald took a big turn on second base, hoping Plante would go home, and he did. This one above the head of Spencer Marenko, pops out of the glove of Wilson Weber, taken for a ball. But Gerald can't go home, so he stays on third base. Gerald took a real gamble there, but Plante did end up heading home, so Gerald was able to race all the way into third, not knowing whether they would throw to third or home. They decided to go for the play at home, and the throw was just wide on the first base side, allowing Plante to score. Spencer Marenko walks with a full count, and the runners, again, are on the corners with just one out. Pippins on top 4-1. Here's Chaz Myers. Spencer Marenko had 2 home runs in Wenatchee. In the first game against Wenatchee on Friday night, Chaz Myers started the scoring for the Pippins with a solo home run in the top of the first inning. Those were the 3 home runs that led the way for the Pippins. First pitch to Myers, misses up high. Angeroth working out of the stretch, the 1-0. Myers fouls back to the backstop, and it is 1-1. Myers grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat as part of a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first for Carson Angeroth on the mound for the Black Bears. And if you watched or listened to the Cowlitz Black Bears series a few weeks ago, you almost started to have some bad flashbacks. Pippins had a perfect game going against them as Myers grounds one over to the shortstop. Nishida with the turn at second and again throws it away at first base. So Corey Gerald scores from third on the potential double play ball where they only get 1 out again. This is the second error of the inning for Riku Nishida. And this one allows a 5th run to score. Spencer Marenko out at second. And Chaz Myers reaches on another fielder's choice. Sam Olson, first pitch swinging. He lines one right at the center fielder, Brock Mortensen, who makes the catch, finally putting an end to this inning. 9 batters later, the Pippins score 5 runs. We head into the third inning. Pippins up 4-1, 9-1-2 due up for Cowlitz. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app FanFood, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download FanFood today.
Welcome back for the top of the third inning. Pippins out in front 5-1. 5-run second inning gives Stumbo a lot of room to work with here as the Pippins will look for him to eat up some innings. The Pippins have already started gearing up for the playoffs as far as their pitching goes. That's one of the main benefits of winning the first half of the season as the Pippins did for the first time in franchise history. They know they're going to the playoffs. They don't have to earn it here in the second half, though you bet your bottom dollar they're trying to win the second half as well. Not that they will intentionally try to lose anything, but they can start to line up the pitchers to align with starts in the playoffs, and it all starts right around here. 3 games against the Cowlitz Black Bears as Matthew Schwartz takes a first pitch strike to start the top of the 3rd inning. 2 non-league games against the Highline Bears. Expect the bullpen to get a lot of work there. The 0-1 is taken on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Pippins will take Sunday and Monday off, and then a 6-game road trip in Corvallis and Port Angeles for their last day off, and 3 more against Wenatchee at home to end the season. The 0-2 pitch, a fly ball into the right field corner, tailing foul, and that will drop, so the count remains 0-2. So right about now, the Pippins using these extra off days to get their pitchers going on regular days of rest that will allow them to pitch at an optimal level when we get to the playoffs. The 0-2 misses outside, and it's 1-2. So Peyton Stumbo starting tonight for the Pippins. Dylan Bishop will start tomorrow night on another Baseball Bingo Winning Wednesday presented by St. Joe's Bingo at 6:35 p.m. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. It looked like it would drop in, but it stays up high, and it's 2-2. The starting pitcher for Thursday's game is yet to be announced by head coach Kyle Crustangel, which is rare for him. Often the starting pitchers are announced 3 at a time for a full series, and oftentimes they've got the pitchers planned out about a week in advance. But as I said, they're still working through some things, trying to reason through who will pitch and when over the next couple of weeks. So Thursday's starter TBD as well as Friday and Saturday. Here's the 2-2 to Schwartz. Lined the other way, out of play on the first base side. 7-pitch at-bat for Schwartz. A couple of batters have put together deep at-bats against Stumbo. .42 pitches thrown so far here in the top of the 3rd inning. The 2-2 misses inside, and it's 3-2. Last batter to see this many pitches was Brock Bozette, who ended up grounding out to the second baseman, but it was an RBI ground out that gave Cowlitz a 1-0 lead. The payoff pitch misses outside, and Matthew Schwartz walks to start the top of the 3rd. Pippins hoping they can get at least 5 innings out of Peyton Stumbo, who has managed to fight his way through some starts and really eat up some innings. He's been one of those guys that the Pippins, when he made his first start, they were hoping they would get 3 or 4 innings out of him, and he has surprised and impressed every start that he's been given. Top of the order, here's Riku Nishida. Moving in the left-handed batter's box, but ends up taking a ball. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic playing deep in on the grass against Nishida, who's showing bunt. Throw goes over to first, and back in safely is Schwartz. Nishida was on the receiving end of an odd call back in Cowlitz where he was attempting sort of a swinging or a running slap bunt like you see in softball, kept the hands at the handle and just tried to put the barrel in the middle of the strike zone to lay down the bunt. As another ball called on the inside corner, and it's 2-0. The only problem was there were 2 strikes on Nishida, and he ended up fouling the pitch off. The umpires ended up getting together and deciding that it was a bunt, and when you bunt foul with 2 strikes, you are out on a strikeout. Schwartz moves to second on a pitch that goes off of Sam Olson. That one went off of his shin guard, and he didn't know where it was. Schwartz almost with an opportunity to take third base, but Stumbo finally pointing it out for Olson. A lot of fielders and just people in general really take for granted how hard it is to find a baseball. Catchers tend to make it look easy because they've had a number of baseballs bounce off of them or off of their glove, and they try to react as quickly as possible. And a 4-pitch walk issued to Riku Nishida puts runners on first and second with no outs to start the top of the 3rd. And Kelly Fitzpatrick with an early mound visit for Stumbo. As I said, catchers tend to make it look easy. They'll react quickly. And so a lot of times you forget how hard it is or how much guesswork goes into it. And that ball went off of his shin guard, and he thought it was going to go straight back to the backstop. So he turns around and it's not there, and there's no worse feeling in the world than when you're a catcher trying to find a pass ball and the one place you thought it was going to be, it's not there. Start looking around and nobody's helping you out because they all assume you know where it is, and all of a sudden the runner's on second thinking about taking third, and finally people start shouting out that the ball is a few feet away from you. Pippins lead 5-1 here in the top of the third inning, so this talk with Stumbo is mainly just if we need to allow a run, maybe 2 runs to score, we'll still be okay. Don't take these two personally, and of course don't let things snowball. Cowlitz might be interested in laying down a sacrifice bunt here with runners on first and second and no outs. Brock Bozette, the right-handed hitter, he's at the plate. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic and Willie Lajoie playing on the grass. Middle infielders playing back at double play depth with no outs. Stumbo comes set, looks back at second. Lifts his foot up and goes back to second, but Schwartz jogs back in without anyone covering. The first pitch, and Bozette does square around, but he takes a ball up high, and it's 1-0. Looks in, runner on second base, so they got to relay signs a little differently. Now gets the sign, looks back at second. Here comes the 1-0. Bozette keeps the bat back, and Stumbo misses off the outside corner, 2-0. Stumbo tries to find the answer here after walking the first 2 batters of the inning. The 2-0 pitch catches the top of the zone, and it is 2-1. First strike thrown by Stumbo in 8 pitches. So 2 balls and 1 strike for Bozette. Grounded out to the second baseman, Spencer Marenko, in his first at-bat. Pippins will take another ground out here. Here's the 2-1. He pops up a bunt, but it goes straight back behind home plate and out of play. Bounces right in front of the press box, and it is 2-2 for Brock Bozette, as Cowlitz did want him to lay down the sacrifice bunt. They just wanted him to do it on their own terms and try to catch them off guard with a 2-1 bunt attempt. Does not work out. So the corners move back. Lajoie playing behind the runner. Bryce even deeper at third base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stumbo delivers. Swung on and missed. That is the first strikeout of the night for Peyton Stumbo, and that's a big one. 1 out in the top of the third with runners on first and second. Here's Jacob Stinson. Stinson, left-handed hitter. He flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Here's the first pitch to Stinson. That one taken down low, and it is 1-0. Stinson with just 5 RBI on the year. Has a runner in scoring position, 1 more on first base. 1-0 count for him. Here comes the pitch. And a fly ball sent deep to center field. No, Williamson was playing deep. He makes the catch ranging back, so tagging up to third goes Matthew Schwartz, and he will get there without a throw as the ball ends up near second base. Nishida might have had a chance to tag up to second, but didn't want to run into the third out. So runners on the corners for the Cowlitz Black Bears. And here's Sam Brown. 2 flyouts for Jacob Stinson in this game. Sam Brown grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat, but then really helped his team out defensively to start the second inning. and lines one right at Spencer Marenko. That will get the Pippins out of this inning without a run. 2 leadoff walks, and the Cowlitz Black Bears can't do anything with it. A strikeout, flyout, and a lineout gets Peyton Stumbo through his 3rd inning of work. Just 1 run against him and 1 hit, though he's now walked 3 batters and has 1 strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. 4, 5, and 6 will lead off once again. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you
Welcome
and the
back for the
activities you
bottom
love.
of the 3rd inning. New pitcher for the Cowlitz Black Bears, Jake Dent. He will face 4, 5, and 6, starting with Noah Williamson. Take you back to some at-bats of his from last week. I mentioned last week he was going 4 for 8 at the time before he was hit on the foot in Wenatchee. Back on Tuesday in the bottom of the 7th, he hits a controversial fly ball that gets caught on the warning track, but the center fielder backs up into the wall. The ball drops out of the glove, ends up scoring a run, and Williamson charges into 3rd with a triple on that play. And then on Wednesday, the bottom of the 3rd inning, breaks a 2-2 tie by ripping a double down the 3rd base line, scoring the run in that one. He was really hitting well, as he often does, but heating up in that week, and then goes into the game Friday night against Wenatchee as part of a 1st inning in which a number of players were walked or hit by a pitch, allowing a run to score. And Williamson, unfortunately, one of the casualties of that inning, did not play the rest of Friday's game, nor Saturday, nor Sunday, but gets back into the lineup here on Tuesday. First pitch to Williamson, and he pops up out of play on the first base side for strike 1. Williamson took a 1-1 pitch off of Carson Angeroth into right center field to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that started the offense that eventually scored 5 runs, although Williamson was put out at second on a potential double play ball that was thrown away by Riku Nishida. Here's the 0-1, and he lines this one into the left field corner. That'll be more than a single. Williamson on his way to second, picked up on the warning track by Johnny Radomski, and it's a stand-up double for Noah Williamson to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. That is Williamson's 10th double of the season. Puts him in 2nd place in the category for the Pippins. Chaz Myers has 13 of them. And that is the 21st extra base hit for Noah Williamson. Willie Lajoie will bat. He hit a grounder to the 3rd baseman, Brock Bozette, who tried to turn the double play. Got it to second quickly enough, but Nishida way overthrew the 1st baseman, and Lajoie was able to reach. He would eventually score the first run of the game for the Pippins. Williamson on 2nd base, no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pippins up 5-1. First pitch to Williamson, taken on the outside half of the plate for a called strike. Jake Dent, a right-hander out of Pinole, California, attending Sonoma State University. Be a senior in the fall. Here's the 0-1 to Lajoie. Checks his swing and takes a ball in the dirt. And it is 1-1. In West Coast League play, 0-1 record, 2.61 ERA in 10 relief appearances. Just over 10 innings of work, 8 strikeouts, and 10 walks for the right-hander Jake Dent. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Lajoie, it's a high fly ball to shallow left center. Charging in is Brock Mortensen, now underneath it, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Williamson joking around with the center fielder, acting like he's going to go, but definitely not tagging up on that one. We've seen Williamson test some arms, but that one would have been definitely interesting to watch, to say the least. Here's Blake Dickman. 1 out, Williamson on second. Dickman had a single in the second inning. Put runners on the corners. First pitch to Dickman. He takes up high for a ball. And then Bryce Martin Grudzalonic drove in the first run of the game for the Pippins with an RBI double. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside, and it's 2-0. Right-hander Jake Dent working out of the stretch. Williamson on second base, looks back again. And a third look, and that was going to be a balk, but John Poland calls time behind the plate. Dent did not want to throw that pitch. He had his eyes on Williamson and flinched as he lifted his leg. Tough to tell chicken or the egg whether the flinch was because Poland was popping out from behind home plate or just the nervousness from Dent. And that ball was low and inside. I believe Wilson Weber went down to block the pitch and called a strike. Caught the low inside corner. One of those pitches that looks ugly to everyone else, but sometimes those are legitimate strikes. Just a tough one to call as an umpire. The 2-1, and Dickman bounces one third base side foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's one of those pitches that in the call for robo-umps in this day and age by a large number of people to get accurate strikes and balls called, those are the kinds of pitches that fans will hate to see called strikes, but oftentimes are. That's one of the things that fans will have to reckon with, is the reality of the strike zone with pitches that move a lot is kind of awkward. 2-2 count for Blake Dickman. Williamson on second, 1 out, and Dickman inside on the hands, a bloop line drive in shallow center. Nishida arranging back. He makes the catch facing the outfield fence. Nishida benefits from the fact that he was playing almost straight behind the second base bag, holding on Noah Williamson. So here's Bryce Martin Grudzalonic. Noah Williamson led off this inning with a double to left field and hasn't been able to go anywhere since. A flyout and a shallower flyout have brought 2 outs to the inning. Bryce, as I said, tied this game up in the second inning with an RBI double. Here's the first pitch. Takes inside for a called strike. Dent trying to get through his first inning of work. Carson Angeroth made it just 2 innings, 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks. He did not strike out a batter in those 2 innings of work. Dent takes over here in the third. The 0-1. Bryce grounds over to the third baseman, Brock Bozette. Couple of steps and over to first for out number 3. So leadoff double allowed by Dent, but 3 outs after that. And we head into the fourth. Same score. Pippins lead 5-1. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Cowlitz. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the fourth inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Wilson Weber, Brock Mortensen, and Johnny Radomski. Peyton Stumbo has made it through 3 innings, 1 hit against him, 3 walks. 1 run came back in the first inning after a leadoff triple by Riku Nishida, also the only hit of the night for the Black Bears so far. 1 strikeout for Peyton Stumbo. Got his first one back in the 3rd inning. He works into the 4th here tonight. First pitch to Wilson Weber. Weber thought about bringing the bat around, and he did, according to Chad Little, the field umpire. Wasn't sure they'd get that call, but they do, and that's why you check anytime it's close. Weber swings for strike 1, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 misses off the outside edge, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike for Weber. Lined out to the right fielder, Austin Plante, in the 2nd inning to start that inning. The 1-1 pitch, and he gives this one a ride into left field. Corey Jarrell racing back, reaches up, and he makes the catch while falling to the ground. An incredible play by Corey Jarrell, and did I tell you he's been flashing the glove or what? Wilson Weber does not believe that ball was caught. The umpires are coming together to talk things out. Let's see if we can take one more look at this one. A line drive hit hard by Wilson Weber all the way out into left field, and you see the play by Corey Jarrell. Reaches up and makes the catch, falling to the ground out near the warning track. A terrific play to help out Peyton Stumbo to start off the top of the 4th inning. So here's Brock Mortensen. That was a quick conversation from the umpires. I think the conversation was, did you see it? I saw as much as I could, and you had the better view, so we're going to go with your call. Swing and a miss from Brock Mortensen, and that's strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, and Mortensen fouls that one. So no balls and 2 strikes for Brock Mortensen. He flew out to the shortstop. Chaz Myers just on the outfield grass in shallow left field. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses high and outside. Mortensen not going to chase after that one, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tonight is another Toyota Tuesday Family Night Out. One more Toyota Tuesday Family Night Out this season. It will be August 10th against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. They try to go backdoor breaking ball and drop it in. It does not, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes for Mortensen. On Toyota Tuesday Family Night Out, the first 50 youth, 18 and younger, receive a Toyota and Pippins baseball, and the first 100 youth through the gates receive a coupon for a free hot dog at the concession stand. The concession stand, a great place to check out. One of the many reasons to visit Yakima County Stadium. The food is terrific. One of the best food and beverage managers in the West Coast League, Jacob Thrush, put together a great menu here at Yakima County Stadium. I had a burger and some fries before this game, and definitely would recommend the fries if you're a potato enthusiast, and I know we have some potato enthusiasts that tune in to this broadcast. Brock Mortensen walks with a full count, and 1 out. He's on first base for Johnny Radomski. First pitch to Radomski misses down low, and it's 1-0. Mortensen has attempted to steal a base 1 time in West Coast League play, and he was successful. Sam Olson has thrown out just 1 runner so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses down low, and it's 2-0. Radomski with a 2-0 count. 1 out and a walk. Puts the runner on first base. Sam Olson will head out for a quick chat. 4 walks already tonight for Peyton Stumbo. As I said, the walks kind of burn him a little bit. That's really the only knock against him. But the difference between Peyton Stumbo and some of the other pitchers in the Pippins bullpen is he really doesn't let the walks bother him too much. He just works around them. He accepts that they're going to be part of his game and just tries to work through them, trying to get ground balls, fly ball outs. Doesn't get a ton of strikeouts. Did have a season-high 8 in his last outing on July 21st. Has 1 so far tonight, but he's only allowed 1 run and 1 hit. All the other base runners in this game have been walks issued by Stumbo. Mound visit over from Sam Olson. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Stumbo misses up high, and it's 3-0. Pippins getting some action going down in the bullpen here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one catches the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. Somebody was down there getting loose, and they'll start to throw as soon as they grab their glove. I believe it's Peyton Robertson. Here's the 3-1, and that one misses up high. So another 2 walks issued back-to-back by Peyton Stumbo, this time with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Yeah, Peyton Robertson is the pitcher down in the Pippins bullpen. Usually goes with the high socks. Looks like today, today he's got the stirrups going. Pants down to about the calf level for him, so not up to the knees, but just enough where the stirrups are peeking out. Robertson always with the interesting sock choices out in the bullpen. The first pitch fouled back to the backstop by Sean Mulcair, and it's 0-1. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Pippins lead 5-1. Plenty of room to work with, just as Stumbo had when he walked the first 2 batters in the 3rd inning. Pitch count starting to climb for Stumbo, who's now at 71 pitches. Number of times he's had a runner on second base. Kind of slows down the pace as they work through the night signs. Here's the 0-1. This is high and outside, and it's 1-1 to Mulcair. Mulcair grounded out to the shortstop, Chaz Myers, to end the top of the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. Stumbo does. That one closer, but just off the outside edge. Pippins come into this game on top of the North Division in the second half. Same division that they won in the first half. Bellingham just behind them, a game and a half back. They are 8-7 in the second half. Pippins 8-4. Walla Walla 5-7. They're 3 games behind after a loss on Sunday. The 2-1 pitch. Fly ball tailing out of play on the third base side, and it is 2-2. Wenatchee, who the Pippins won 2 out of 3 against this weekend, they're 4-8 now in the second half, 4 games back in the division. And Port Angeles rounds out the bottom. They are 3-6 and 3.5 games back, so a half game above Wenatchee, but winning percentage-wise, they are in last, having played the least number of second half games. Again, here's the 2-2 to Mulcair. That one bounces out in front of the plate. Olson able to block it with the chest protector. Keeps it in front of him. Runners stay put. Full count for Mulcair. Port Angeles was also the last to get through their first half games, and now behind here in the second half as well. Over in the South Division, Corvallis still on top, 7-2 in the second half. Cowlitz moving up the standings there. They're a game back in the South with a 6-3 record in the second half, trying to take this opportunity to keep moving up. The payoff pitch popped up over the press box. Foul ball, and the count remains full. Ridgefield is 1.5 games behind Corvallis with a 7-5 record, and Portland and Bend both 4-5 in the second half. They are 3 games back. So the Pippins on top in the North here in the second half, and Cowlitz trying to make a run for the crown in the second half in the South Division. They'll have to dethrone Corvallis. Payoff pitch once again to Mulcair. Grounder right side of the infield. Big hole, and it gets through to right field. Runner getting waved around to score from second. Plante's throw is cut off at second base. It was on its way to third. So Brock Mortensen scores from second base on the RBI base hit by Sean Mulcair. And Johnny Radomski moves to third. 5-2 the lead for the Pippins here in the top of the fourth as Peyton Robertson continues to get loose down in the bullpen. And this will likely be the last inning for Stumbo if he's able to get out of it. And the Pippins certainly hope he will. Head coach Kyle Crustangel does prefer to give pitchers clean innings. He does not like to bring guys in when there are runners on or in the middle of an inning. Pitch misses inside to Matthew Schwartz, and it's 1-0. Schwartz led off the top of the third inning, working a 9-pitch walk. Stumbo then walked Riku Nishida, but then got the next 3 batters out. Ball in the dirt. Olsen keeps it out in front, 2-0. 2 walks in this inning. He's not able to work fully around after the leadoff line drive out by Wilson Weber. Brock Mortensen and Johnny Radomski walk. Sean Mulcair singles Mortensen home. Radomski on third base. Mulcair on first. 1 out, 2 balls and no strikes for Schwartz. The 2-0 pitch bounces outside. Olsen can't stop this one. On his way home with the late start. Throw goes to the plate. Stumbo couldn't get the glove out in front of the plate. He caught that ball in plenty of time. His glove was over home plate. He did not move the glove in front of the plate, and Radomski got his foot in safely. That was just an unfortunate move from Peyton Stumbo. That ball got there plenty of time. It was a late jump for Radomski. Olsen got to it quickly and got the throw to Stumbo, but Stumbo took too much time locating the runner instead of just moving his glove out in front of the plate to try to protect the run, and Radomski slid in, got the foot to the front of the plate, and he's in there safely. So 5-3 the score. Runner on second base, and the 3-0 pitch is right over the heart of the plate for a called strike, 3-1. Pippins almost had a chance for a second out and to keep the score at 5-2. But they do not capitalize. The 3-1 misses outside, and it's the third walk of the inning for Peyton Stumbo. And here will come Kyle Crustangel. Peyton Robertson will be asked to come in and get out of this inning. Peyton Stumbo was already off the mound. And Crustangel told him to stay back there. He does take the baseball. We'll be right back with the continuation of this top of the fourth inning. Runners on first and second and 1 out. Pippins leading 5-3. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
Secure uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back as we continue this top of the fourth inning. Peyton Robertson will take over on the mound for the Pippins. Robertson has made 8 appearances for the Pippins, 1 start, 6.62 ERA with a 1-2 record over in almost 18 innings of work. 9 strikeouts for him to 10 walks. Another pitch to contact guy. Pippins usually bring him in for longer relief outings. And he's really come into games in everything from mop-up duty to holding on to tight leads, and that's what he'll be asked to do here in the top of the 4th inning. Pippins up by 2, 2 runners on with 1 out. Peyton Stumbo got a line out backed up by Corey Jarrell out in left field. A terrific play by him that got the first out quickly, but then 2 walks, an RBI base hit, a wild pitch scores another run, and another walk, and there's 2 runners on. 2 runs scored already in this inning, both to Stumbo. The other 2 runners on, also the responsibility of Peyton Stumbo. Riku Nishida will bat. Corey Jarrell playing very shallow out in left field. The rest of the outfield, center field playing straight up and normal depth, as well as right fielder Austin Plante. Big gap in the left side of the infield. Corey Jarrell helping to protect that. Protect the runner scoring from second. Here's the first pitch to Nishida. Takes a backdoor breaking ball in there for a strike. Nishida, left-handed hitter. Right-handed arm, Peyton Robertson. In the stirrups tonight. Pants down low, pant legs down low. Oftentimes goes with the high legs as I was talking about before. The high socks, but does not tonight. Robertson with a long look back at second. Here's the 0-1. Nishida squares around to bunt. It dies in the grass. Olsen picks it up, cannons it to first, and they get the out on the sacrifice bunt that does its job and moves the runners to second and third. Nishida with plenty of speed, left-handed hitter. Great at bunting. Dropped that one down, and it died right in the grass. Spin on it, had it going foul, but the grass killed it. Perfect spot for him right down the third base line, but Olsen picks it up and makes a perfect throw to first, and that is out number 2, runners on second and third. Here's Brock Bozette, first pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Robertson will throw a lot of curveballs. Not going to blow anything by anyone. Mostly off-speed pitches from him that he just locates and is hard to hit. Likes to drop in a curveball every once in a while from the top of the zone. Here's the 0-1. Goes to the fastball, misses outside, and it is 1-1. Robertson's last appearance came on July 23rd in Wenatchee, a few days ago. 2 1/3 innings of relief. No runs, no hits, no walks. He had 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bozette lines this one into right. It's high, but tailing foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Brock Bozette. 0 for 2 tonight. RBI ground out and a strikeout for him against Peyton Stumbo. Second batter to face Peyton Robertson here in the 4th. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Pippins leading 5-3. The tying run is on second base. The 1-2 count, Robertson delivers. A soft grounder to Willie Lajoie at first. He will call off Robertson and step on the first base bag for out number 3. So Robertson does what he was asked to, keeps the runners from scoring, and the Pippins will take a 5-3 lead into the 5th. 8, 9, and 1 due up. Plante, Jarrell, and Spencer Marenko. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the fourth inning. Pippins out in front, 5-3, trying to hold on to a 2-run lead, trying to add to it now. Austin Plante will lead things off. He walked in his first plate appearance back in the second inning. Jake Dent will return for a second inning of work as Plante takes a pitch low and inside for ball one. Robertson came into the game with runners on first and second, got a second out on a sacrifice bunt, and then a ground out to first base to end that inning. Plante swings and misses at a pitch, and it's 1-1. Grounder first base side just goes foul in front of the bag. Jake Dent allowed a leadoff double to Noah Williamson in his first inning back in the third, but then got a fly-out, line-out, and a ground-out to get out of that inning. Here's the 1-2 to Plante. He takes up high for a ball, and it is 2-2. Plante, who has been very productive at the plate in the last week and a half. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Takes a breaking ball. That broke right in and caught him looking for out number one. He didn't like that call, but he just got fooled on that breaking ball. Looked like it was going to stay outside, and that pitch had some late break to it right over the plate. First caught looking of the night, and we get to see John Poland's ring up. Here's the first pitch to Corey Jarrell. That one misses down low, and it's 1-0. Jarrell had a 2-run triple in his first at-bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is outside, and it's 2-0. Jarrell, a great day at the plate so far. Great day in the field as well. A terrific leaping play out in left field to start off the top of the fourth and get Stumbo his first out of that inning. Here's the 2-0. And Jarrell fouls one off. It's 2-1. Two balls and one strike. Jarrell took a long walk. He's back in now. The pitch from Dent and another foul ball back to the backstop. It's 2-2. Dent working out of the windup, right-hander in relief. Second pitcher of the night for the Black Bears, who turned to him in the third inning. Robertson came on for Stumbo in the fourth. So both starters a little bit of trouble early on, and they hope the relievers will pick up the slack. The 2-2 misses outside, and Corey Jarrell has worked himself into a full count. Full count. Dent looks for the sign and gets it. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one misses inside. Jarrell hesitated for a second, wasn't sure he would get that call, but he does. So leadoff strikeout and then a walk. One out and one on for the top of the order, Spencer Marenko. And while we're on the topic of players who are really tearing it up at the plate over the last week, Spencer Marenko, he's 8 for 15 over the last 7 days with 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Both of those home runs came in the opening game of the series in Wenatchee. 6 runs, 4 RBI, 5 walks, and he struck out just once in 15 at-bats in the last week. Takes the first pitch low and away for a ball. He grounded out in his first at-bat in the first inning and then walked in the second inning. Bats with Jarrell on first base and 1 out, trying to add to a 2-run lead. Here's the 1-0. That one misses down low, and it's 2-0. Dent will try again. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that one in there for a strike. Will get me over breaking ball there, and it does the job. So 2 balls and 1 strike for Spencer Marenko. Hit the first pitch of his at-bat in the first inning and walked on a full count in the second. Gerald with a large lead at first. This slider just catches the outside corner on its way out, and it's 2-2. Count even for Spencer Marenko. Looking for his first hit of the night. The 2-2 pitch, and tries to hold back on the breaking ball. He can't catch up to it, and he strikes out swinging. 2 outs, both of them strikeouts, walk in the middle. Here's Chaz Myers. Spencer was trying to load up on the slider dropping in and waited a little bit too long, couldn't make contact. First pitch, Gerald takes off for second, misses for a ball. The throw's right there, and Corey Gerald slides right into the glove of Riku Nishida, so the ball pops out. That throw was placed almost perfectly by Wilson Weber. The only thing that would make that not perfect is Corey Gerald's helmet sliding right in, so he ends up stealing second base as the ball gets away. Nishida hobbling a little bit as he comes up from second, but gives the thumbs up to Gerald. So Gerald with his second stolen base and as many chances this season, and Chaz Myers with a 1-0 count, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Pitch. Catches the inside corner. It's 1-1. Myers 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a fielder's choice. Could have been a double play ball. Could have been the second, or was the second potential double play ball of the inning, but second one thrown away, and he reached first base, takes a ball down low, and it's 2-1. Dent looking back at second and lifts his leg. Gerald had started for third. The move worked, but nobody else knew it was happening, so there were no fielders back there, and Gerald able to turn around and get back to second base. Still 2-1 count for Chaz Myers. Leads the team with 13 doubles. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one just catches the top of the zone, and he's livid about that pitch. He's saying that pitch was up at the shoulders. Just dropping the slider in is Jake Dent, and John Poland likes that pitch. Apparently a lot more than the Pippins hitters do. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside, full count for Chaz Myers. Also tied for second on the team with 16 walks. 3-2 count for him. Sam Olson on deck. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but always putting the ball in play. Payoff pitch to Myers. Breaking ball. Myers pops it up. It will go straight back behind home plate and out of play over the press box into the parking lot behind Yakima County Stadium. I think that was a pitch that Myers would have normally laid off, but I think that looked a lot similar to the one that was called a strike earlier to him. Looked a little high. And he knows he has to protect up at the top of the zone with Poland behind the plate. So we'll try again with a full count, 2 outs, runner on second base. The 3-2. And Myers gives this one a ride, a high fly ball into left field. Johnny Radomski, the wind playing with it a little bit, but he is able to get underneath it and make the catch for out number 3. So Corey Gerald walks with 1 out, steals second base. But Jake Dent with his second scoreless inning keeps the Pippins lead at just 5-3. We head to the 5th, 3, 4, and 5 due up for Cowlitz. We'll be right back. You're tuning in to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the top of the fifth inning. Jacob Stinson, Sam Brown, and Wilson Weber will lead things off as Peyton Robertson will continue his work. Came into the game with runners on first and second and one out, asked to stop the bleeding as Peyton Stumbo had allowed 2 runs, eating into the lead. Pippins were leading 5-3. Sacrifice bunt by Ryuku Nishida moved the runners over for the second out of the inning, but Brock Bozette grounds out to the first baseman to end it. No runs allowed. Both runners inherited by Peyton Stumbo were stranded. Pippins don't score in the bottom of the fourth, so they still hold on to their 5-3 lead here into the fifth. Today's fifth inning is brought to you by Yakima Pediatric Dentistry. Located at 3909 Creekside Loop in Yakima, Yakima Pediatric Dentistry offers specialized care for infants, kids, and teens in a safe, fun environment for children as they begin their lifetime journey to maintaining a healthy smile. Lots to smile about, especially in that second inning for the Pippins when they score 5 runs on 4 hits against Cowlitz starter Carson Engeroth. A bouncer into the right side of the infield. That will go through to right field, and it's a leadoff base hit for Jacob Stinson. He was 0 for 2 to this point with 2 flyouts and leads off the top of the fifth with a base hit. Lajoie has been playing pretty close to the first base line. Myers Spencer Marenko out at second base has been playing where a second baseman normally would, which just happens to leave a large hole, and that's the second time the Cowlitz have bounced a ground ball through that spot of the infield. Here's Sam Brown. First game of the year with the Cowlitz Black Bears. He is 0 for 2 at the plate. First pitch. Takes on the outside half for a called strike. Peyton Robertson with a long set, couple glances at first. Here's the 0-1 and fouled off by Brown. No balls and 2 strikes for Sam Brown. This is the most pitches he's seen in at-bat now. Grounded out on the second pitch of his at-bat in the first and lined out on the first pitch of his at-bat that ended the third inning. Runner on first base, no outs here in the top of the fifth. 0-2 count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches and 3 strikes for Peyton Robertson. That's his first strikeout and the first out here in the top of the fifth. Brown lets Wilson Weber know what he saw at the plate. Weber will get his opportunity batting from the right side. Runner on first base is Jacob Stinson. He has 2 stolen bases in as many opportunities, or as many attempts, I should say. Sizable lead at first base. He is locked in. First pitch from Robertson catches the outside corner for a called strike. Robertson working out of the stretch. Another long set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one fouled off by Weber. Robertson just trying to vary the tempo a little bit. He still is working faster than the average, but varies how long he holds the ball in order to keep Stinson honest at first. This one a shorter hold, the 0-2, and that one fouled off by Weber to keep himself alive, still 0-2. A few other games going around in the West Coast League tonight. Wenatchee making the road trip to the Bend Elks, and Bend on top 6-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. No balls in 2 strikes for Weber. Robertson comes set, delivers, and Weber thought about it. They're going to ask the field umpire, who says he did go around, and Wilson Weber, for the second time tonight, his check swing does not hold up, according to Chad Little. And that's the second straight strikeout for Peyton Robertson. First 2 of the game and 2 outs here in the 5th. That will bring Brock Mortensen to the plate. Mortensen is 0 for 1, a flyout and a walk. Walla Walla is in Corvallis tonight. That's a game that has big implications for both teams in this game. First pitch foul tip by Brock Mortensen, and it's 0-1. Walla Walla currently behind 4-2 in the top of the 7th inning in Corvallis. Cowlitz, of course, rooting for Walla Walla to be victorious, and Pippins will take any help they can get against their foes in the North Division. Here's the 0-1, a swing and a miss, fouled off by Mortensen. So it's 0-2. Pippins do not play Walla Walla here in the second half. They already played Bellingham in the second half. Won't see them again. Have played 3 games against Wenatchee and will finish the season against Wenatchee, and also have a road trip to Port Angeles coming up next week. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Brock Mortensen, and strike 3 taken on the inside corner. 3 strikeouts in a row for Peyton Robertson. Nothing but strikes in this inning. Leadoff single by Jacob Stinson. Strikeout, strikeout, and strikeout looking for Peyton Robertson. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 3, 4, and 5 due up. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back. For the bottom of the 5th inning, Sam Olson, Noah Williamson, and Willie Lajoie due up. Jake Dent out for his 3rd inning of work. Carson Engeroth, the starter for Cowlitz, lasted just 2 innings. Jake Dent about to have a relief appearance longer than the starter. Here's the first pitch to Sam Olson. He takes on the outside corner for a called strike. Olson 0 for 2 tonight. Fly out and a line out for him. Here's the 0-1. That one catches the knees. He's behind 0-2 quickly. The 0-2 pitch, they go down low. Olson lays off, and it's 1-2. Not fooled by that one, as Weber blocks it in the dirt. Olsen takes another one that bounces in, and it's 2-2. Dent working out of the windup with nobody on. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that one misses outside. That one almost looked like it was going to catch the outside corner, but Weber was set up inside, so he had to get to his shin guards to get that far outside to catch the ball, and doesn't look like a good pitch to the umpire. Here's the 3-2, a breaking ball that almost caught a piece of the jersey but does not. Either way, it's ball 4 for Sam Olsen. He reaches for the first time tonight, leading off the bottom of the 5th, and here is Noah Williamson. Williamson has a single and a double so far here today. His single went the other way into right center. His double he ripped into the left field corner. See what he does here. Third at bat. He has faced Jake Dent. The double came off of Dent, who is pretty much the only thing standing in sunlight right now. The shadows have covered almost every other spot on the field, but there's just one little hole in the clouds that's poking through right on Jake Dent on the mound. Strike delivered to Noah Williamson, and it's 0-1. Sam Olsen went to dive back into first on the pickoff throw and realized he really wasn't that far off the bag. Almost crawled back in. See if he goes to a larger lead here. Looks like he does take another step, realizing how close he was. 0-1 count for Noah Williamson. Olsen on first and no outs. The 0-1 is a breaking ball inside that he leaves inside for ball 1. Williamson, of course, has been the topic of a lot of attention here in Yakima Valley. Not just for his play on the field for the Pippins, but for his life off the field as well. The 1-1 in the dirt. Olsen takes off. The ball didn't get away from Weber. He throws down to second. It short hops Nishida and into center field. So Olsen takes second on I'm not sure how they'll score that. Whether it'll be a pass ball or a wild pitch. Who do you fault with that one? Or do you perhaps just give it a throwing error by the catcher? Olsen takes second either way. He's now in scoring position. And by life off the field for Noah, of course, talk about the attention that's been paid to what school he would end up with after spending the spring with Everett Community College. He takes a 2-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. It was a wild pitch that moves Olsen to second. Williamson did not get much playing time at Everett. The belief was he probably would not go back, and of course now we know that of the options available to him, he will not go back. He was also drafted in the 19th round of the MLB first-year player draft by the Miami Marlins. 2-2 pitch on its way, and Williamson with a swing on a ball in the dirt. Weber will have to throw down to first, and Williamson strikes out for out number 1. Oh, that slider just got the better of him on that one. Looks like a good pitch at the bottom of the zone and ends up falling right out. And when you've got 2 strikes on you, sometimes that is just too tempting or too risky of a pitch to lay off because it looks like it'll bite the bottom of the zone before it drops out. Here's Willie Lajoie. He's 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice. Came around to score in the second and flew out to center field in the third. First pitch. Takes at the knees for strike 1. It's 0-1. Sam Olsen on second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Lajoie, this one hops through the left side of the infield into left field. Olsen getting waved around to score. They'll test the arm of Radomski. It's cut off in the infield, and Olsen slides in. 6th run of the game for the Pippins as Lajoie has himself an RBI base hit. Crust Angel really testing the arm of Radomski. That wasn't misplayed. That wasn't anything. It was just, we're going to go ahead and send Olsen, and you'll have to throw him out. And Radomski was not able to. And the Cowlitz Black Bears will go ahead and make a change. We'll have that for you as we continue the bottom of the 5th. In just a moment, we'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Keegan Wright will take over on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake Dent made it 2 1/3. They allowed just 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for him. So far has allowed 1 run. He's responsible for Willie Lajoie standing on first base. He walked Sam Olson to start this inning. Wild pitch moved Olson to second. Noah Williamson struck out, and then Willie Lajoie singles through the left side of the infield. They test the arm of the left fielder and win. And Sam Olson is the 6th run of the game. Pippins lead 6-3 to this point. Blake Dickman will bat. He's the DH tonight, 1 for 2 with a base hit and a line out for him. Bats with Lajoie on first. A right-hander as well, working out of the stretch, and Dickman lines the first pitch into left field. That'll drop for a base hit and roll all the way to the wall. Lajoie on his way to third, getting waved around to score. Ball cut off by the shortstop out in left field. No throw home. Lajoie scores, and Dickman with an RBI double gives his teammates a little dancey dance over at second base, and the Pippins are up 7-3. So Lajoie with an RBI base hit ends the day of Jake Dent, and Blake Dickman with an RBI double starts the night for Keegan Wright. Here's Bryce Martin Grudzalonic. He also has an RBI double in this game. Came back in the 2nd inning when the Pippins scored 5 runs on 4 hits against Carson Engeroth, the starting pitcher for the Black Bears. Here's the first pitch to Bryce here in the bottom of the 5th. He takes inside for a ball. Bryce at the plate, runner on second and 1 out. Pippins have scored 2 runs in this inning. They've led since that 5-run second, despite 2 more runs from Cowlitz that made it 5-3 at the time. The 1-0, Bryce lines this one the other way out of play. Into the grandstands on the first base side, it's 1-1. Well, coming into this game, Keegan Wright was putting together a nice little summer. 14 appearances, 2.25 ERA, 2-0 record for him. 16 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Not responsible for that first run officially. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Bryce lines this one through the right side of the infield. Blake Dickman on his way to third, picked up clean by the right fielder Stinson, and Crust Angel will hold Dickman at third. Runners on the corners now with 1 out for Austin Plante. And the trouble continues for the Cowlitz Black Bears. This has been a much different look offensively for the Pippins against this team than it was in Cowlitz. And head coach Kyle Crustangel, during our interview before the game, during our pregame show, mentioned the absence of a few key players. Sam Olson was one of them. He walked to start this inning, came around to score the first run of the inning. Connor Cabales, who's not in the lineup tonight, but is available, and you'll see him throughout this series. And Chaz Myers, who has done his part in this game as well, were all not available, not present with the team. And Plante's bat also hadn't woken up yet. Here's the 1-0. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Delay still from Bryce Martin Grudzalonic. They throw down to second. It gets away. Going home is Blake Dickman, and the play works for the Pippins. Oh, that's why you do things like that. Runners on the corners. Delay Steele tries to draw the throw. It works. They were trying to take the out at second and would have had it, except the throw was not on target from Wilson Weber. Bryce Steele second. Blake Dickman takes off for home and gets there as the throw home is also not on target and also wouldn't have gotten there in time. 1 ball and 1 strike for Plante. Now a runner on second. Pippins leading 8-3, and he lines one just over the Pippins dugout for strike 2. So Bryce on second, the 1-2 pitch. Plante skies this one into left center field, shallow. Underneath it is the left fielder Radomski, who makes the catch. Bryce will stay on second on the flyout. 2 outs, bottom of the order, Corey Jarrell. Great guy to have at the bottom of the order tonight. He has a 2-run triple that he hit back in the second inning, as well as a walk and stolen base back in the 4th. Here in the bottom of the 5th, he bats with 2 outs and Bryce Martin Grudzalonic on second base. The Pippins have scored 3 runs and lead 8-3. Runs and hits identical for both teams. So 8 runs on 8 hits for the Pippins and 3 runs on 3 hits for the Black Bears. Here's the first pitch to Jarrell. Swing and a miss. He was out in front of that one. And it's 0-1. First time Jarrell has seen Keegan Wright tonight, who came in a couple of batters ago. So far, officially has allowed just 1 run, Blake Dickman. The other 2 of this inning were the responsibility of Jake Dent. Here's the 0-1. Jarrell keeps the bat back, and that is up high for a ball. Now they checked with the field umpire, who says Jarrell did not go. Poland was almost waiting in the crouch for the appeal that looks like it wasn't going to come. Finally, Weber turned around and asked for help. 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch to Jarrell. He takes that one outside. It's 2-1. Another pitcher warming up for Cowlitz. Toma Moraes out in the bullpen. Pippins nobody getting loose. Peyton Robertson will continue his work in the 6th. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Jarrell. That one looked like it might drop in, but did not, and it's 3-1. Pitching has been the strength for Cowlitz. They've had a number of terrific pitchers on the mound for them this summer, but the hitting hasn't always backed up. Pitching so far struggling against the Pippins hitters here in Yakima as Jarrell fouls one off and the count is full. Three balls and 2 strikes for Corey Jarrell, the left fielder tonight, making things happen with both the glove and the bat. Wright looks back at second. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Corey Jarrell goes down swinging to end the bottom of the 5th, but not before 3 runs cross the plate for the Pippins. They'll take an 8-3 lead into the 6th. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Cowlitz. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the 6th inning. Peyton Robertson will look to continue his work. 1 2/3 innings for him so far. Just 1 hit allowed. After that 1 hit to start the top of the 5th inning, he then struck out the next 3 strikeouts, no walks for him. He threw nothing but strikes in the 5th inning. And comes into the top of the 6th. He'll face Johnny Radomski, Sean Mulcair, and Matthew Schwarz. Radomski 0 for 0 officially, 2 walks in both of his plate appearances. One of those times he came around to score, takes strike 1. Robertson has put together some impressive strike-throwing streaks in his outings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A high line drive sent to deep center. Noah Williamson ranging back onto the warning track. He makes the catch and then gets back to the wall and leaps up as though he was mimicking robbing a catch, just having some fun out there in center field. You love to see him staying loose. And that is out number 1. First pitch swung on and missed by Sean Mulcair as Robertson continues to deal strikes to these Cowlitz hitters. The 0-1 pitch, another swing and a miss. Mulcair down 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Mulcair looking for the answer to Peyton Robertson. Will he find it? The 0-2 pitch. Lines one into right field. Austin Plante racing back. He turns around. It bounces off the warning track, off the wall and over the glove of Plante. Into second goes Mulcair. Just a stand-up double for him. Unable to capitalize for a triple or potentially an extra base. Instead, it's just the double that one-hops the wall. So 4 batters in a row retired by Peyton Robertson, then a 1-out double. Still no balls thrown in this inning by Robertson. And here's Matthew Schwarz, the bottom of the lineup for the Black Bears. Lots of activity down in the Cowlitz bullpen. Potentially Keegan Wright not coming back out for the 6th. Robertson with the first pitch to Schwarz. That one misses for a ball. Second hit against Peyton Robertson was that double. And just the second batter allowed on base by Robertson so far in his outing. Robertson lifts the leg and turns back to second base after a longer hold. Mulcair doesn't even flinch as there's no one at the second base bag to hold him on. Pippins leading 8-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. 5 runs in the second, 3 runs in the 5th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Lined the other way down the first base line. That will just tail foul into the Cowlitz bullpen. Blocked on the one hop by their bullpen catcher. And it is 1-1 for Matthew Schwarz. One out, runner on second base. Schwarz trying to flip the lineup card over, potentially drive in a run. Here's the 1-1. And a foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schwartz will be a freshman at Lower Columbia College. Of course, Lower Columbia College playing host to the Cowlitz Black Bears, their David Story Field on the campus of Lower Columbia College. So Schwartz getting familiar with that field he'll call home in college. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one up high, and it's 2-2. But here in Yakima, the Pippins have been taking advantage of the different conditions that are here relating to balls going deeper into the outfield for extra base hits. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Matthew Schwartz. That one misses low and away. Peyton Robertson, who had been throwing almost nothing but strikes, has now thrown 3 balls to Matthew Schwartz. Full count and 1 out with a runner on second base. Top of the order, Riku Nishida on deck. Robertson looks back at second. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That is the second out of the bottom or the top of the 6th inning, and 4th strikeout for Peyton Robertson. Here's Riku Nishida. Nishida 1 for 1, a triple in the first, scored on an RBI ground out by Brock Bozette for the first run of the game for the Black Bears, and only run until the 4th. He then walked in the 3rd before the next 3 batters were retired, and laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 4th that ended up not producing any runs as the next batter grounded out to end the inning. Grounder, hard hit through the right side of the infield. Sliding stop attempted by Spencer Marenko. He knocks it down. The throw goes to the plate. Sam Olson catches but does not get the glove over. Spencer Marenko did his part. He made that sliding stop, knocked down the baseball. They sent the runner from second, Sean Mulcair, and Spencer got it there just a little offline. It pulled Olson up the line. He didn't have enough time to go all the way down and get Mulcair, who was running near the, not running near the backstop, but to the backstop side of the third baseline, and able to step on the plate and score the 4th run of the game for the Black Bears, 8-4. Runner on first base, Riku Nishida, tied for 3rd in the league in stolen bases with 13 of them. See if he tries to make it 14. He won't get the shot right away. A high fly ball sent to deep center. Noah Williamson will make the catch on the grass for out number 3. So an RBI base hit for Riku Nishida, and that's the only run they'll get against Peyton Robertson in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Pippins leading 8-4. Top of the order due up for Yakima Valley. We'll be right back. You tune into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 6th inning, and who pitches in the 6th? None other than number 6, Toma Marase, will take over on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Left-hander for Cowlitz. Marase, 4 1/3 innings pitched in West Coast League play, 6 appearances, 0-1 record, 4.15 ERA, 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. He will start his appearance against Spencer Marenko, Chaz Myers, and Sam Olson. There is only one. There are two left-handers in the lineup for the Pippins. They're both at the bottom of the order, and Marase starts his relief outing against the top of the order. So he'll have his work cut out for him against Spencer Marenko and Chaz Myers, who both had a lot of success against the left-handed Jack Lee in the series opener in Wenatchee. They're seeing left-handers well. And Spencer Marenko will start things off. He is 0 for 2 tonight, ground out, a walk, and a strikeout. Marase works out of the windup to start things off. The first pitch misses inside for a called ball. A 1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Spencer Marenko, and it is 1-1. Marase out of Japan has one of those unconventional windups tend to see from overseas where there's a pause in the middle of it before he proceeds through. Airmails one way outside and high, and it's 2-1. Weber doesn't even try to get a glove on it. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Spencer Marenko. That one, a fastball, misses high and outside, but at least able to be caught by Weber, and it's 3-1. Spencer already with a walk today. He's got 16 of them this season. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count is full. Here's the payoff pitch. Spencer Marenko takes down low, and he walks. A full count walk to start the bottom of the 6th, and the Pippins have a runner aboard. They've had at least one runner reach in every inning so far, except for the first, in which Carson Engroth sent the Pippins down in order. Here's Chaz Myers. He is 0 for 3 tonight with a ground out, a fielder's choice, and a fly out. Pippins leading 8-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Spencer Marenko on first, and Chaz Myers hits a fly ball on the first base side that will go out of play for strike 1. Sun beginning to set here in Yakima. Clouds up in the sky, as I told you at first pitch. They've started to clear up a little bit, but the beautiful orange-pink in the sky just painting those clouds here in Yakima. Great place to watch a baseball game. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled back by Chaz Myers, and it's 0-2. Sam Olson on deck. He walked to lead off the bottom of the 5th and came around to score 6th run of the game for the Pippins. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Myers lines it just past the glove of the diving Brock Bozette. And Myers with a base hit puts runners on first and second for Sam Olson. Well, during the pregame interview with Kyle Crustangel, he mentioned Sam Olson. He said, I believe Sam Olson on top of the team in batting average. And in fact, coming into this game, Chaz Myers had a 2-point lead in the average department. They've been trading the lead in batting average for a while. Sam Olson was the leader in on-base percentage for a while, but Connor Kobalas has made a recent jump to the top of that leaderboard. Here's the first pitch to Olson that he takes for a strike. Olson has a 400 on-base percentage, is actually 3rd on the team. Spencer Marenko, who has 2 walks tonight, has a 402 on-base percentage, or came into the game with a 402 on-base percentage, so slightly higher. The 0-1 pitch, high fly ball to right field. Jacob Stinson underneath it. Tagging from second is Spencer Marenko. The throw will get cut off to check on Chaz Myers, who was not actively heading into second base. So Spencer Marenko tags to third on the flyout by Sam Olson, and that's out number 1. Here's Noah Williamson, who is 2 for 3 tonight, single, a double, and a strikeout. Always a dangerous guy to have at the plate with runners in scoring position. Just as dangerous without runners in scoring position because his bat can put one in scoring position when he clears the wall. Runners on the corners and 1 out. Here's the first pitch from Marase. Williamson lines that one, lasers it. First base side, I think he might have taken out one of the Pippins interns. Watch it. Oh, no, it was Scotty Pippen, who now has opened up the gate and stepped onto the field. He wants a piece of Noah Williamson. That one was absolutely lasered right towards the right field picnic deck. That's where the Scott T. Pippen likes to watch a baseball game, waiting for the on-field promotions to begin in between half innings. And I think that one got him pretty good. That one off the bat of Williamson, that could really hurt someone. Timeout called by Williamson. No balls and 1 strike. Had his 10th double of the season in the 3rd inning. There's the 0-1 pitch. Williamson, hard grounder, third base side this time. Kyle Crustangel not dumb enough to try to put his hands in front of that one. He lets it go by. It's a foul ball, 0-2. Williamson trying to add to this lead for the Pippins. They're up by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cowlitz has not shown any quit here tonight, so 4 runs may not be enough. Marase set, looks over at first. The 0-2 runner goes. Throw down to second. Myers will be tagged out trying to steal. They'll concede the run as Spencer Marenko scores from third. So similar play, except this time Myers does not take the delayed steal route. He goes all the way down. He's thrown out easily, but Spencer Marenko scores. And the Pippins now lead 9-4. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Noah Williamson with 2 outs. That one misses, and it's 2-2. Williamson was behind 0-2, now has evened up the count. Pippins continue to be aggressive on the base paths. This time at least Cowlitz gets 1 of the outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Noah Williamson. Breaking ball, swing, and a miss. And that is out number 3. So the Pippins leadoff walk and a base hit. They get runners on the corners. They go the first and third play, sending the runner. He gets thrown out at second, but scores the run as intended, and the Pippins lead 9-4 as we head into the 7th. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the top of the 7th inning, 3, 4, and 5, starting with Jacob Stinson, who takes a backdoor curveball in there for a called strike. Stinson is 1 for 3 tonight, had a base hit in his last at-bat in the 5th inning off of Peyton Robertson. One of just 3 hits tonight against Robertson. Misses just off the plate, and it's 1-1. 2 flyouts otherwise for Stinson tonight. Both of those came against Peyton Stumbo. A 1-1 pitch. That one called a ball as it pops out of the glove of Sam Olson. So 2 balls and 1 strike for Stinson. Peyton Robertson in 2 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one up high. Stinson goes after it and fouls it off. It's 2-2. Toma Marase just finished his first inning of work. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 run. So 1 in each of the columns for Marase. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jacob Stinson. Fly ball into the left field corner. Corey Gerald giving chase to the line. Diving play, almost makes the catch. It gets away from him. And on his way into second goes Jacob Stinson with a double. Corey Gerald, we sort of take advantage of, or take for granted rather, how well he plays and how easy he makes those plays look. That one he was right underneath, made the diving attempt, and it bounced into his glove and out. That's a tough one to make, and just so happened to get away from him far enough that Stinson was able to jog into second without a throw. Pippins lead 9-4, but the leadoff runner on second. Here's Sam Brown looking for his first hit for the Cowlitz Black Bears. He's 0 for 3 in his debut. Robertson looks back to second. Here's the first pitch. That one misses off the outside corner. It's 0-1. Sam Brown with a ground out, a line out, and a strikeout tonight. Made an early impact playing first base in this game. So far has not helped his team too much at the plate. The 1-0 fouled back to the backstop. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, his first 2 at-bats ended their innings in the 1st and 3rd. 5th inning, he came up after Jacob Stinson led off with a single. And he struck out. He was one of 3 straight batters that Peyton Robertson struck out to end that inning. Here in the 7th, bats following a leadoff double by Jacob Stinson. Here's the 1-1. And checks his swing on the curveball low and inside. They're going to ask for help, and no, he did not go around. So it's 2-1. I think at this point the Pippins will probably ask about anything that looks like it could be a swing, because Chad Little has been a little aggressive ringing up batters so far today, mostly to the benefit of the Pippins. Here comes the 2-1. Grounder over to the second baseman, Spencer Marenko. He'll pick it up over to first in time for out number 1. And though Sam Brown grounds out for the second time tonight, this one does help his team out. It moves the runner over to third. Pippins with a 5-run lead, and Wilson Weber at the plate. He's one of those batters that has not benefited from the check swing calls from Chad Little. Twice, Chad Little has said that he went around on swings that were rather close. One of them led to him striking out in the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch. Takes low and away, and that's ball 1. The Black Bears started the scoring with a run in the top of the 1st inning against Peyton Stumbo. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Taken at the knees for a called strike, and it's 1-1. The Pippins got 5 runs back on Cowlitz starter Carson Engeroth in the bottom of the 2nd. Cowlitz chased Peyton Stumbo after he allowed 2 more runs in the 4th inning to make it 5-3. Peyton Robertson came in and has allowed just 1 run since then here in the top of the 7th. Fly ball, foul territory near first base. Willie Lajoie makes the catch. Thought about tagging from third, did Jacob Stinson, but he does not, and that is out number 2 instead. Here's Brock Mortensen, 0 for 2, fly out, a walk, and struck out looking. He walked in the top of the 4th inning to start the offense. 2 walks in a row issued by Peyton Stumbo in that inning after the leadoff line out caught by Corey Jarrell. Sean Mulcair scored a run with a single. This ball gets away from Sam Olson. He has no idea where it is, and he won't find it before Stinson scores. That is the second ball that has gotten by Sam Olson that he could not find. So a 5th run scores for the Black Bears as Mortensen takes a first pitch for a ball. It was a wild pitch that led to the 3rd run of the game in the top of the 4th inning for the Black Bears. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He takes that one up high for a ball, and it's 2-0. Robertson started throwing almost exclusively strikes, and since then has struggled a little bit after a full count at bat in the 6th inning. Here's the 2-0, and that one a strike to Brock Mortensen. It was in the 6th that Robertson started by getting a flyout from Johnny Radomski, but then Sean Mulcair doubled. And that full count strikeout to Matthew Schwartz. He got the out, but wasn't the same since then. Awkward hop at second base. Ends up going higher than Spencer Marenko thought it would and bounces off the top of his glove into right field. That should be an error for Spencer Marenko, and this inning continues. Well, after that strikeout, Riku Nishida ended up with a 2-out RBI base hit, giving the 4th run of the game to the Black Bears. And then the leadoff double here by Jacob Stinson. He moves to 3rd on the ground out and scores on the wild pitch, or on the pass ball, rather. Radomski takes a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. They do credit the error to Spencer Marenko, as it should be. That ball did take an awkward hop, but he had plenty of time to field it and just misjudged it. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Radomski. Swings and misses. It's 1-1. 2 outs. Runner on first base here in the top of the 7th inning. Robertson still with plenty of rope. 4-run lead for the Pippins. I would imagine with all the extra balls he has thrown in this inning that this might be his last inning of work if he can get through it. Misses down and away, and it's 2-1. 4-run lead. Perhaps a good candidate if Owen Wild is available. He threw a lot of pitches back on Saturday in 4 1/3 innings of work, so he may not be available tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And a line drive into left field, shallow. Corey Jarrell giving chase. Another dive, and this time he makes the catch. Corey Jarrell, 2 out of 3 attempts, and makes the catch to end the inning here in the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch in Yakima. Pippins leading 9-5. We'll be right back. You're tuned in to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto. where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 7th inning, and we'll take a look back at the play that ended the top of the 7th. Real quick, Johnny Radomski at the plate, lines one into shallow left field. Corey Jarrell with another terrific effort, racing in, makes the diving grab, and gets Peyton Robertson through the 7th, having allowed just one run. Return here for the bottom of the 7th. Willie Lajoie takes a first pitch ball. Toma Marase still on the mound for the Black Bears. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses inside, and it's 2-0 for Lajoie. Lajoie 1 for 3 tonight, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 2nd. Flew out in the 3rd and had an RBI base hit in the 5th. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Marase, and a line drive from Lajoie down the third base line. That'll bounce fair and all the way into the corner, off the base of the foul pole, and Lajoie on to second with a stand-up double to lead things off here in the 7th inning. That is his 5th double of the season for Willie Lajoie. At the beginning of the season, he was mostly a singles machine, singles and walks, and has flashed the power as the season has gone on. Swing and a miss from Blake Dickman to start his at-bat. Dickman has a single and a double today. Single in the 2nd, RBI double in the 5th inning that scored Willie Lajoie. He also has a line out today, so he's 2 for 3. The 0-1 pitch, and that one misses down low. Toma Marase, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout for him in the 6th inning when he came in. So far, the leadoff double to Willie Lajoie, so 2 hits against him in 1 inning of work, officially. Dickman with the 1-1, misses up high, and it's 2-1 for him. Pippins with 5 runs in the 2nd, 3 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. Cowlitz has started the scoring with 1 in the 1st, 2 more in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. Pippins out in front 9-5. The 2-1 pitch misses low and away, and it is 3 balls and 1 strike for the DH Dickman. Dickman really holds his own behind the plate as well. Pippins with 3 great catchers that are great offensive options as well. The 3-1 misses up high, and Blake Dickman walks. Kind of turned his head back, trying to avoid getting hit. And then interesting toss of the bat back without looking to the dugout. Always makes things interesting. Kind of jokes about it down at first base as he looks into the dugout. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Bryce Martin Grudzalanek. He is also 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Seems like almost everyone in the lineup has a single and a double tonight, or a single and an extra base hit, or even just an extra base hit. Here's the first pitch to Bryce. He takes that one up high, and it's 1-0. A leadoff double by Willie Lajoie into left field, and then the walk to Blake Dickman. First 2 batters of this inning, no outs, as the Pippins look to add to their 4-run lead. Austin Plante on deck. Here's the 1-0 to Bryce, and a big swing from him, but he's over top of it, and that's 1-1. Riku Nishida playing near the second base bag, trying to keep Willie Lajoie honest. Sam Brown playing behind Blake Dickman at first. Large gap on the right side of the infield. The 1-1 gets fouled off by Bryce Martin Grudzalanek, and it is 1-2. Third baseman Brock Bozette playing about even with the third base bag. Shortstop at normal positioning Matthew Schwartz, about a step onto the infield dirt Outfield playing Bryce straight up. Even depth. Marase comes set. Hands near his face. Here's the 1-2 inside, and he takes for a ball. It's 2-2. A great take by Bryce to not go after that pitch. There's really not a lot he can do with it. Two balls and 2 strikes as Marase looks in. And now comes set. Look back at second. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up down the first base line. Foul territory. Sam Brown on the warning track. Comes back onto the grass and makes the catch for out number 1. Sam Brown helping his pitcher out again. Gets the first out, and here's Austin Plante. He had a walk in the second inning, came around to score, struck out looking in the 4th, and a fly out in the 5th. And Toma Marase getting a talking to from the field umpire, it looks like. Chad Little, I believe, masking it by cleaning up the pitcher's mound a little bit. Not sure exactly what he was talking to him about, but never seen an umpire go to such lengths to cover up a discussion. Runners on first and second and 1 out. The pitch takes the outside corner, and it's 0-1 for Plante, the right fielder tonight. Spent the spring at the College of Southern Nevada. He'll go to Washington State University in a few weeks when the summer season ends. From Lake Travis, Texas, the 0-1 pitch misses outside. Throw back to second, and Lajoie is back in safely. He did not slide, and that almost came back to haunt him. That throw was on target. Schwartz made the catch, and actually maybe not sliding is what saved him because the glove was between the legs of Lajoie as he got the other one onto the bag. So the 1-1 pitch on its way to Plante, and off the end of the bat down the third base line. That'll stay fair. Plante trying to beat it out. The throw goes to first. He did beat it out. It's an infield single for Austin Plante, who today, more than any other game so far this season, has really been putting the legs to work, and he loads the bases with 1 out. Here's Corey Jarrell, who defensively has certainly been the star for the Pippins today. Offensively had a 3-run double in the second inning. It's part of a 5-run second inning. Also walked and stole a base in the 4th. Bats with the bases loaded and 1 out. Infield playing at normal depth. Jarrell hits a hard grounder, foul on the third base side. Josh Davis, best bullpen catcher in the West Coast League. He heads out to collect that foul ball off the bat of Corey Jarrell. He wasn't able to make the play clean off the fence, but you know what? Does his part and doesn't make the left fielder for Cowlitz go and chase it down. So no balls and 1 strike for Corey Jarrell. Here's the 0-1. That one misses down low, and it's 1-1. Jarrell, as I've said before, one of the best defensive outfielders. Certainly took a game or two for him to get his step back out in outfield after the laser eye surgery, adjusting to the new eyesight. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball stays up high. He takes for a ball, 2-1. But that step is back, and he is shining out in left field tonight. Offensively, hasn't gotten too many chances. Came into this game hitting 174. He has since boosted that average to an even 200, and he looks to get it over the Mendoza line in this at-bat. Here comes the 2-1. Takes on the outside corner for a called strike. He thought that one, I don't know if he thought it was going to be high or outside, but either way, called a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes for the left-handed hitter and left-handed thrower. Bats behind Plante, the other lefty, as Crust Angel likes to keep the lefties together in the lineup. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball up high, off the glove of Wilson Weber. Coming home is Willie Lajoie, the tag, and Lajoie got his hand in. Shades of Peyton Stumbo, failing to get the glove in the right spot. Marase, the throw beat Lajoie, and Marase put his glove in front of home plate without looking. Lajoie was able to get his hands in and kind of put pressure into the dirt to slow him down and get around the glove, put his hand on the plate, and score the run for the Pippins on the, well, I would call that a pass ball. They're going to go with a wild pitch. So now runners on second and third for Corey Jarrell with a full count. The pitch, swing and a miss. He strikes out for out number 2. And so here's Spencer Marenko. Spencer so far tonight 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Scored a run in the 6th inning. The first pitch to him, he takes on the inside corner for a called strike. He walked against Marase to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Moved to second on a base hit by Chaz Myers. Tagged up to third and ended up stealing home as he takes strike 2 on a 1st and 3rd play that saw Chaz Myers intentionally get caught stealing second base to allow Spencer to steal home from third. Pippins have already scored 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 10-5. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Spencer Marenko. He takes outside, and that is ball 1. Weber wanted that pitch. I think that's been consistent with Poland's strike zone that he not call that a strike. As I said at the top of the broadcast, Poland not very generous with the outside corners. He's got no obligation to be, and he's fairly consistent with what he does and does not call strikes. Spencer Marenko doesn't look at strike 3, but he does swing at it a pitch later. And that is the end of the 7th. Pippins lead 10-5 into the 8th. It will be 8-9-1 due up for Cowlitz. And I believe Peyton Robertson, yes, he will head back out for another inning of work. We'll be right back with that. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The common certainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait.
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the top of the 8th inning, and the Pippins lead 10-5. Peyton Robertson has completed 3 2/3 innings on the mound. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned. No walks for him so far, and 4 strikeouts. 3 of them came all in the 5th inning. He looked pretty solid all the way up until the 6th when he allowed his first run, and then in the 7th allowed another run. Here in the 8th, he will face Sean Mulcair, Matthew Schwartz, and Riku Nishida. There is somebody starting to get loose down in the bullpen for the Pippins. I wonder if that's Landon Shire. Here's the first pitch. Lined the other way into left field. Corey Jarrell moving to his right. He'll make the catch, and that is out number 1. That is Landon Shire in the bullpen here in the top of the 8th inning. They will look to not have to use him. Or at most, they would like to bring him in for the 9th. if Robertson can get through this 8th. I think, like I said, Owen Wild probably not available today. He might be available tomorrow, and so they might be willing to go to Shire here in the 9th, knowing that Wild could potentially pitch tomorrow night as Schwarz takes a strike, and it's 0-1 for him. Another warm-up pitch gets into left field. They get rid of it, and now can return to play. 0-1 to Schwarz. Softly grounded to the shortstop. Chaz Myers on the run, and it goes off the bottom of his glove. Stops where it was, so it's an error for Chaz Myers that allows Matthew Schwarz to reach. Myers, who generally has smooth hands, he has had a couple of games where the errors really got to him. That's his 5th error of the season at shortstop, 6th overall. And I believe that's just the 2nd error of the game for the Pippins. And it will be. First pitch to Nishida is taken for a called strike. Nishida laid down a sacrifice bunt as the first batter to face Peyton Robertson when he came in with runners on first and second and 1 out. They got Nishida out for the 2nd out, and Robertson got a ground out to get out of that inning without a run, without any further runs. Here's the 0-1 to Nishida. Backdoor breaking ball called outside, and it's 1-1. In his 2nd at-bat against Robertson, Nishida had an RBI single that he ripped through the right side of the infield. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the 3rd at-bat. Matthew Schwarz on first base. 1-1, he's going to line this one deep into right field. Plante looks up. That ball is off the wall. Plante plays it off the wall as Nishida trots into second. The runner scoring from first. Throw goes to the plate. It is late. And Matthew Schwarz scores from first on an RBI double by Riku Nishida. And the Pippins now lead by 4. Well, Nishida started this game with a triple, now has his 3rd double of the season. And up will step Brock Bozette without a hit tonight. He's 0 for 4. 0 for 2 against each of the pitchers the Pippins have used in this game. With Nishida on second, the first pitch is in there for a strike. That run will be unearned for Robertson as Schwarz reached on an error by Chaz Myers. If he can take solace in anything out of that at-bat against Nishida, it is that. Here's the 0-1. Nishida takes off for third, inside for a ball. Olsen down to third, and the throw on the wrong side of the bag. Bryce with a great tag, but Nishida slides in safely. That is his 14th stolen base of the season. Nishida did not even have the best possible jump against Robertson. He waited a little bit, thought Robertson might be going back to second, and then decided to go and still slid in there safely. 1 ball and 1 strike for Bozette with the runner on third. The pitch misses up high, and it's 2-1. Nishida 90 feet away from being the 7th run of the game. Pippins with 10 runs, lead 10-6. Here's the 2-1, that one down low, and it is 3 balls and 1 strike for Bozette. Bozette, not just without a hit, he has not reached base so far in this game. He does have an RBI, had an RBI ground out with Nishida on third base back in the top of the 1st inning to give the Cowlitz their first run and the first lead of the game before the Pippins had a 5-run 2nd. Pippins have led since that point, adding runs while the Cowlitz Black Bears add runs as well. The 3-1 grounded up to the shortstop Chaz Myers. Redemption makes the clean play on an awkward hop. Throws over to first to retire Brock Bozette, who goes down on his 2nd RBI ground out of the game. 2nd out, and Nishida scores to make it 10-7. And that run will also be unearned. Yes, it will. Because without the error, that ground out would have ended the inning. Nishida would still be would have been stranded on third base. So Stinson takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Stinson is 2 for 4 tonight with a single and a double. He scored a run in the 7th. Got moved over to third on a ground out and scored on a passed ball. Here's the 1-0. That one misses outside, and it's 2-0. This is I almost want to call it a classic Pippins game from earlier in the season. This is kind of how some of those games went for the Pippins. They did give up a number of runs, but their offense was just producing so well. 10 runs for them in this game that they can hold off an offensive surge from the opponents. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one misses down low, and it's 3-1. It's been a while since the Pippins offense was able to mount such a large lead that they could hold off another team like this. Here's the 3-1. That one over the heart of the plate, taken by Stinson, and it is a full count. 2 outs and nobody on. 2 runs already scored in this inning, neither of them earned by Peyton Robertson. The payoff pitch on its way to Stinson. Swing and a miss, and that is the 5th strikeout of the night for Peyton Robertson. Gets him through the 8th. His team will come out and congratulate him, and Landon Shire will come out for the 9th when we get there. Until then, the Pippins have a chance to add to their 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, and 4 due up. That's the spot of the lineup you want coming up when it's time to add a last-minute run. Bottom of the 8th coming up in just a minute. You tune into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning. Chaz Myers will lead things off for the Pippins. He is 1 for 4 tonight, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd and had a single in the 6th. Putting runners on the corners, he stole or was caught stealing second base intentionally in order to bring home a run in that 6th inning. Toma Marase still on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Here's the first pitch to Myers. That one right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. Carson Engeroth pitched the first 2 innings of this game, had a perfect first, but then in the 2nd kind of blew up. 5 runs on 4 hits. He also walked 2 batters in that inning. The 0-1 foul tipped by Chaz Myers, and he's behind 0-2. So they turned to Jake Dent, who, despite allowing a leadoff double in the 3rd inning, got through it without a run and got through the 4th without a run as well. But then in the 5th, leadoff walk, strikeout, and RBI base hit. His day was done. Here's the 0-2. Myers pops one up, foul territory. Will it stay playable? And no. It goes 6 rows up into the grandstands on the first base side. Myers keeps himself alive with an 0-2 count. After Dent, the Black Bears turned to Keegan Wright, who immediately allowed an RBI double. And another single in the inning, and the Pippins had a first to third double steal. The same move, except they didn't catch the runner at second that time that scored a run. 0-2 misses outside, and it's 1-2. So Wright came in and allowed the run he inherited and then allowed a run of his own in the 5th inning, and his day was done. Toma Marase came in the 6th. He's allowed a run in each of the 6th and 7th innings and pitches here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-2 to Myers. That one misses down low, and it's 2-2. Tonight's 8th inning is brought to you by the Yakima Herald Republic. For all game reports and news about the Pippins, read the Yakima Herald Republic, either in print or online. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell the Pippins stories. Story has been the offense for both of these teams. 2-2, Myers with a swing and a miss. He strikes out for the first time tonight. That'll bring Sam Olson to the plate. First pitch to Olson, taken at the knees for a called strike. He reached on a leadoff walk in the 5th. Came around to score on that base hit by Willie Lajoie that ended Jake Dent's day. Otherwise, he is 0 for 3 tonight. The 0-1 pitch misses inside, and it's 1-1. Noah Williamson on deck for the Pippins. He is 2 for 4. Single and a double that started his day, but then 2 strikeouts in his latest at-bats. See what he's able to do later on in this inning. Here's the 1-1 to Olson. That one misses inside as well, and it's 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike for Sam Olson. Trying to build up that on-base percentage. And the 2-1 misses up high. It's 3-1. Checking on some of those other games around the West Coast League, the Corvallis Knights have helped the Pippins by defeating the Walla Walla Sweets 6-3. The 3-1 to Olson misses up high. He walks on 5 pitches. And there will be a runner on first with 1 out for Noah Williamson here in the bottom of the 8th. Takes a couple extra practice swings and now drags his bat through the grass up to the dirt around home plate. No signs needed for Noah Williamson when he steps to the plate. The only signs he's looking for are the ones he wants to hit the ball over out and outfield. Pippins lead 10-7. Sam Olson on first base. We've seen his legs help his team out as well. First pitch to Williamson, misses up high and inside. It's 1-0. Bend is nearing. Well, it looks like Bend has defeated the Wenatchee Apple Sox 10-2. Says in the bottom of the 9th, but Bend is leading 10-2, so that game is over as Williamson takes a strike on the inside corner. So Wenatchee's bad luck continues, and Bend will try to start their climb out of the bottom of the South Division. Port Angeles in Portland, and Portland is on top 9-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Williamson, fly ball, foul territory, first base side. Sam Brown racing in. He makes the catch, and Williamson robbed by the lazy fly ball in foul territory. That is the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Willie Lajoie. Olson still on first base. Lajoie, who is 2 for 4 tonight. Double in his last at-bat. RBI single in the at-bat before that. He's scored 3 runs tonight. Takes a first pitch strike. Marase trying to get through his first scoreless inning of work. Here's the 0-1 as Lajoie pops one up. That'll go out of play on the first base side, and it's 0-2. Landon Shire, I believe, completely warmed down in the bullpen for the Pippins, and 99% sure that he was the one instructed to come in for the ninth. Here's the 0-2 to Lajoie, and he fouls it off himself in the batter's box. Blake Dickman on deck. Dickman has a base hit and a double as well today, and a walk. Bats have been productive tonight for the Pippins all throughout the batting order. Everyone has reached base at least once. The 0-2 pitch, and Lajoie with a defensive swing keeps himself alive. Still 0-2. Lajoie waiting. Marase set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off speed up high. Lajoie lays off. That's the first ball of the at-bat. 1-2. Sam Olson on first base. He walked with one out. The 1-2 pitch. And Lajoie takes that one up high. It's 2-2. The Pippins trying to add to their 3-run lead. Landon Shire has not coughed up a lead in this season so far in 7 appearances. He has 6 saves, 1 non-save outing, his latest one in Wenatchee on Sunday. The 2-2 fouled back to the backstop, and it's still 2-2. As Lajoie continues to do battle. That isn't to say that Shire has not allowed base runners or allowed runs. He's done both. Always makes it interesting when he comes into games, but this one will be a save opportunity after the 2 runs scored in the 8th. Unless Lajoie can add to the lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Lajoie lines one into right center field. Racing over is Stinson. He does not make the catch. On his way to third goes Olson, being waved around to score. The throw on the clutch goes home. It's not in time as Nishida thought he was throwing to third, had to change direction to throw home. Olson scores. The Pippins lead 11-4, and goodbye save opportunity for Landon Shire. Second double of the game for Willie Lajoie, and his 6th of the season. And Olson scores from first again tonight. He scored from second on a base hit by Willie Lajoie back in the 5th inning. And Lajoie on second base. Blake Dickman at the plate. He has a single and a double as well as a walk. Lined out once. 2 for 3. The first pitch he takes up high. Blake Dickman, I mentioned in Sunday's broadcast, he had seen me updating some stats on the team bus in Wenatchee and remarked how his stats weren't looking too great at the moment, but they were about to jump up. He had a great day Sunday. He's having a great one here tonight as well. So perhaps a little clairvoyant, perhaps a little confidence helps pave the way for success at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes for Blake Dickman. Bryce Martin-Grudzlonic also having a great day at the plate. He's on deck. A 2-0 pitch, and Dickman fouls it off. It's 2-1. Marase has allowed 1 run in each of his innings that he's pitched, the 6th, the 7th, and now the 8th. Pippins would like to make it 2 runs in this inning or more. Here's the 2-1. And that one misses up high. 3 balls and 1 strike for Blake Dickman. 5 doubles on the season, 2 home runs for him. Plenty of pop in that bat. He can also use the legs, stretch out some extra base hits. Marase comes set, looking back at second. Here comes the 3-1. And Blake Dickman fists this one. Foul territory, first base side. The Cowlitz bullpen empties out, but it bounces into the right field picnic deck. Out of play and foul, so it's a full count for Blake Dickman. The right field picnic deck, a great place to watch a game. Bring your whole group in. Rent it out. You get food served for you right there at the picnic deck, as well as a great viewpoint. Elevated patio area out in right field. You can see all the action. Full count again, the payoff pitch, and Dickman takes down low. He walks. Second walk of the night for Blake Dickman. And here's Bryce Martin Grudzalonic. Bryce also has a single and a double today, as well as a ground out and a fly out. So he's 2 for 4. 1 RBI, 1 run scored, and a stolen base to boot. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. First pitch to Bryce, taken up high for a called ball. Kind of threw me off for a second there. The scoreboard graphic still shows Blake Dickman, but I just saw the picture at first. And Blake, of course, with a beard and mustache in his team photo. And Bryce, going into being a freshman at UCLA, definitely does not have a beard or mustache. I was wondering when he grew it so quickly. 1-0, he takes down low, and it's 2-0. Some activity down in the Cowlitz bullpen as Marase continues to labor through this 8th inning. Shire with a couple of warm-up tosses out in the bullpen just to keep his arm nice and warm. Was not expecting this inning to go as long as it has, as Bryce takes one in underneath the jersey sleeves, and it's 3-0. Austin Plante on deck. Got a base hit and a walk in this game. 3-0 count. See if Bryce will be taking. And he does not. Instead, it's a fly ball in the middle of the infield. Actually, foul territory, first base side. The pitcher was near it. It goes off his glove, and it's fair. The throw goes to the plate. The home plate umpire, John Poland, was pointing fair. The throw actually bounced off of his hand, but it was way late anyways. So Lajoie scores from second on the high fly ball near home plate in the infield. Nobody saw it except the pitcher, and I think Nishida was in near to make the play as well, but Marase was underneath it, thought he could make it, and it came back on him, as those fly balls often do, and ended up going off of his glove in fair territory. So Bryce Martin Grudzalonic reaches on the fly ball in the infield. They're going to probably take the baseball from Marase, but before we do that, let's take a look at this hit one more time. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic with the swing, pops it up high in the infield, and having trouble finding it where the infielders, the catcher had no idea where it was. Nishida comes crashing in. Marase tries to make the play near the line. It ends up dropping, and then they throw home, and John Poland's hand cuts off the baseball. At least it doesn't get away from the catcher, allowing Blake Dickman to score. Instead, he stays at third. Lajoie scores from second on the play, and Bryce is on first. Goes down as an error by the pitcher. Ball that definitely should have been caught, and Plante starts off with a ball on the outside corner. You don't often see errors awarded or charged to pitchers on plays like that, because the rule of thumb generally is those plays are not the responsibility of the pitcher, but as that one crossed a certain line. Off the inside of the bat, slow roller to the third baseman, over to first in time, and Austin Plante grounds out to finally end the inning. 2 runs scored by the Pippins in the bottom of the 8th, and Landon Shire comes in to close things down with a 12-7 lead. He'll face hitters 4, 5, and 6 in the Cowlitz lineup. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the top of the ninth inning. Non-save opportunities, just the second appearance for Landon Shire in a non-save opportunity. As he comes in with a 5-run lead, the max for a 1-inning save is a 3-run lead. Making his 8th appearance of the season, he has a .75 ERA. He has allowed just 1 run. 12 innings pitched for him, 6 saves, 15 strikeouts, 8 walks. He has been known sometimes to load the bases up before he gets those outs. Sometimes spaces them out. But he always finishes the job, and he'll have 5 runs to work with as he comes in for the top of the ninth. And he will first face Sam Brown, who has definitely made an impression defensively, but so far offensively is 0 for 4. He did move a runner over with a ground out in the 7th. And that runner would go around to score. Here's the first pitch, and that one misses outside to Brown. Peyton Stumbo started this game. He lasted 3 1/3, 2 hits, 3 runs, all 3 of them earned. 6 walks and just 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-0. That one misses below the knees. It's 2-0. Peyton Robertson then came on with 1 out in the 4th inning. Got the final 2 outs, went 4 more. He allowed 5 hits total, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, without a walk and 5 strikeouts. The 2-0 swung on and missed by Sam Brown, and it's 2-1. Landon Shire comes in here for the 9th inning. He'll be asked to hold on to a 5-run lead. It's a battle of the 39s, with 39 Shire on the mound and Sam Brown, 39, swinging and missing. He's now even at 2-2 after the first 2 pitches were balls. John Poland cleans off the plate. You might need it here if Sam Brown keeps the bat on his shoulder on a good pitch. Shire through the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He fouled it off to keep himself alive. Every team, or every inning so far, except for the 3rd, has had at least 1 run scored by somebody. The 3rd inning, the only inning in which neither team scored in this game. Pippins scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 2nd and have held on to the lead, adding to it as Cowlitz tries to claw back. Playing keep away throughout the night. The 2-2 misses off the outside. And Landon Shire, who has been in the bullpen all game, or been in the dugout for most of the game. Maybe not familiar with the strike zone from Poland, but certainly about consistent with what he's been calling so far. Here's the 3-2 on its way. That one misses further outside, so it's a full count 7-pitch walk to Sam Brown to start this top of the 9th inning. And in the battle of the 39, Sam Brown reaches base for the first time tonight. And here's Wilson Weber. Weber is 0 for 4 tonight with a strikeout. He was robbed by a great play by Corey Jarrell out in left field to lead off the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch to Weber. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Shire working out of the stretch, the 0-1 pitch. Lifted softly into shallow right. Plante giving chase. He won't get to it. In fact, Spencer Marenko is to it first at the first base line. He pump faked to second base and almost held on to it too long. The runner from first, Sam Brown, goes all the way to third on the play on the base hit by Wilson Weber, and they have runners on the corners now with no outs here in the top of the ninth. Again, a 5-run lead for the Pippins. Shire has some room to work with. The middle infielders will look to stay at it. Double play depth. Bryce Martin Grudzelanek playing well off the third base bag, about even with the baseline, and Lajoie holding on the runner at first for the left-hander Brock Mortensen. 0 for 3, reached on an error and also has a walk today. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Shire has not given up a lot of hits so far, just 4 hits in 12 innings, make it 5 now. Hits are what really fires him up. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, and it's 2-0. Walks and hit by pitches don't hurt him too much mentally. He starts to feel the pressure. It's when he almost gets sharper on the mound, but the hits he takes personally. Here's the 2-0. A fly ball. That'll go out of play behind home plate, and it's 2-1. Johnny Radomski on deck. He has 2 walks in this game. For the most part, it was the walks that comprised most of the offense in the first half of this game for the Cowlitz Black Bears, as Peyton Stumbo walked 6 in 3 1/3. The 2-1 fouled off by Mortensen, and it's now 2-2. Same as the first at-bat, 2 balls and then 2 foul balls, and the count is even. They were able to compile a few hits in the final few innings for Peyton Robertson. Here's the 2-2 for Mortensen. That one misses low and away, and the count is full. Shire picks up some dirt, wipes it off on his pants. Trying to get the feel for the baseball. Again, this is not necessarily out of the ordinary and not necessarily alarming for Landon Shire. The payoff pitch lifted high. That will go out of play on the third base side. And that means it stayed in the grandstands. So runners still on the corners and still a full count. 6 pitches in this at-bat. And the 7th pitch will be coming. Shire shakes off, nods yes, and now comes set. The 7th pitch of the at-bat. Misses outside, and he walks Brock Mortensen. Well, we've seen this before, but as I've said, Landon Shire has never coughed up a lead, and he doesn't intend to now. Bases loaded and no outs. Here's Johnny Radomski. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. He has scored a run. He was also robbed by Corey Jarrell out in left field on a shallow line drive that Jarrell raced in on and made a diving catch. First pitch misses up high to Radomski. Radomski, right-handed hitter. A junior at San Diego Christian College. Has an orange sleeve on his right arm. Here's the 1-0. Misses inside and low, and it's 2-0. Shire, I think, for the most part, has struggled a little bit with the strike zone for John Poland. He's not used to not getting that outside corner that he likes to paint. 2-0, and that one drops in for a ball. Drops out, rather, for a ball. 3-0, and Landon Shire 1 ball away from forcing home the merry-go-round run. The 3-0 pitch on its way. In there for a strike at the knees. It's 3-1. A lot of glove movement from Sam Olson on that pitch. Almost had me afraid it would be called a ball. So 3 balls in 1 strike. Is that one close enough to get the call? The pitch. And lined into deep left center field. Corey Jarrell on the run. He makes the catch at the warning track. Tagging up from third is Sam Brown. He will score, but the other runners stay where they are. So runners on first and second for the Cowlitz Black Bears as the Pippins lead 12-8. One out for Sean Mulcair. 2 for 4, an RBI base hit in the fourth and a double in the sixth. He came around to score a run in that inning. Left-handed hitter has the task of keeping this inning going. Middle infielder still at double play depth. Lajoie protecting the first base line, so another large gap between first and second base. Here's the first pitch. Foul tipped by Sean Mulcair, and it's 0-1. Bryce giving some room off the third base bag, playing a few steps behind it as well. Here's the 0-1 as Shire looks back at second and delivers. Misses down low, and it's 1-1. One run already here in the top of the ninth. Pippin's lead has been cut to 12-8. 1 ball, 1 strike for the DH Mulcair. Shire with a long look at second, now delivers. Fouls back to the backstop, and it is 1-2. It's the first time that Shire has been out in front of a batter in this inning, with the exception of having an 0-1 count on Wilson Weber, who then singled. Weber on second base, Mortensen at first. And you'll notice, even though Shire loaded the bases and has already allowed a run, nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Pippins. The 1-2 lifted high, but way foul on the third base side, and Mulcair still with a 1-2 count. Pippins coaching staff, Crustangel and Ulrich, as well as Kelly Fitzpatrick, they know and trust Landon Shire. They have all the faith in the world in him. And it would take a lot more for them to put someone in that bullpen. They trust Landon Shire to be able to get out of this. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mulcair at the plate. Shire on the mound. Kicks and delivers. The 1-2 swung on and missed. And that is out number 2 here in the top of the ninth. Walk, single, and a walk. Loads the bases. A sacrifice fly scores 1 and causes the first out. And Sean Mulcair strikes out. Here's the bottom of the order, Matthew Schwartz, who will bat. He has 2 walks tonight, a strikeout, and reached on an error in the 8th. He was one of 2 unearned runs against Peyton Robertson in the 8th. Here's the first pitch to Schwartz. Takes a pitch up high for a called ball. Corvallis won tonight. So if Cowlitz does end up losing this game, they'll end up being 2 games back in the South Division. Here's the 1-0 to Schwartz as he lines this one out of play on the first base side. It's 1-1. Bellingham not playing tonight in West Coast League action. So the Pippins can gain a half game with a win if they can close this one out. The Sweets already lost tonight. So the Pippins could end up being 4 games above the Sweets. They would end up being 5 above Wenatchee if they can finish this out. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Schwartz, and it's 1-2. At this point, Bellingham looks to be the biggest contender for the North Division crown in the second half against the Pippins. And as I said, they're not playing any games right now, so the Pippins can only gain a half game at a time. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 4-run lead for the Pippins. 1 run has already scored in this inning. The 1-2 pitch to Schwartz, swung on and missed. He loads the bases, gets a fly ball, does allow the run to score on the sacrifice fly. but 2 strikeouts gets him through the top of the ninth, and the Pippins walk away with a 12-8 victory in game number 1 against the Cowlitz Black Bears. And what a difference this game has looked like compared to the series in Cowlitz when the Pippins were shut out on back-to-back nights. This was not nearly a shutout for either team. Peyton Stumbo starts the game, 3 1/3 innings pitched. Peyton Robertson comes in for 4 2/3 innings of relief. He'll get the win. Landon Shire comes in for the 9th non-save opportunity. But hey, he did a great job and only allowed 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts against him in that 9th inning. The Pippins took a 5-1 lead in the 2nd inning on 4 hits, then kept adding to it. Cowlitz got 2 back in the 4th, but Pippins added 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 2 more in the 8th for 12 runs. Cowlitz was clawing their way back the entire time, but get back to just within 4 and end up losing 12-8. We continue the series tomorrow night right here in Yakima against the Cowlitz Black Bears, 6:35 p.m. It's another baseball bingo winning Wednesday, and you aren't going to want to miss it. Whether you're at the stadium or tuned in right here on Mixler Audio at Pippins Baseball or on YouTube at Pippins Baseball, both of those can also be found at pippinsbaseball.com/live. I've been Chris Rosado Jr. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, and I hope we